I got I got allergies or something. I don't know. I've been sneezing. I might have COVID. I don't know.
No, allergies have been bad all day today too, dude. Like for me, I've been sneezing. I've been sneezing.
I got the
Well,
boogies.
do you have any like history of allergies this time of year?
I have allergies all year long. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think I'm in the clear. Something else gets me.
But like to what though?
I don't know. Trees, pollen, dogs, cats. It's like the fucking universe just hates me, dude.
That's right. Wow. I only have the seasonal springtime pollen allergies. But I'm always sneezing though, because I work in a place that is not it's. Well, no. Did you see the message?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
Kevin's always breaking down the 17th wall.
Well, I can't.
Nothing can happen in this software without Kevin going, ooh. You guys see this? Oh boy, it's always something going on. Hey, we got a great show for you tonight. Dude, we're talking Piledriver, not the song, the VHS release.
Bro, I have so many notes about this VHS release. I can't wait.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Sometimes I just fall in shit, and the ideas work out.
Speaking of greatest idea you've ever had, by the way.
Speaking of falling in shit, Thunderfrog will be joining us tonight. One of Matt's best friends in the entire world.
Yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah! Oh, it's Thunderfrog. Oh boy, I don't know. We got other shit to talk about. AEW was kind of there, and Raw and SmackDown were kind of there, and Impact was kind of there, and NWA Power was kind of there, and MLW wasn't there. We may have some news and notes on Triple Mania. Apparently, one of the three wizards has some experience with that this past weekend.
Oof.
Oh boy, all this and that and a bag of chips coming up on the 600th. Jesus, I'm fucking horny. 607th episode of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast.
Thunderfrog.
The following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live on rantiumradio.com and available on all podcast platforms and at shiningwizards.com. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. As always, we thank you for your continued support. And now, enjoy the show.
Oh, didn't see you there. You're listening to Shining Wizards Podcast, baby. Stay rocked up. I'm Thunderfrog, baby. Yeah.
What's up, fuckers?
Where did cheese go?
It's a stupid fucking question, Kevin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hey, this is Moose.
God, that was disgusting. Shining Wizards rule the world.
You are tuned in live to episode 607 of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. Live as always on the rant, rantiumradio.com. Live on the social medias, the Twitters, the Twitches, the YouTubes, maybe the Facebooks, and going with you wherever you go because we are available on every single one of those streaming and podcast platforms. But enough of the nonsense. Let's get right into some wrestling talk.
And talk about wrestling.
Tony.
Matt.
KJG.
Boys. Wouldn't be a Monday without any kind of problems going on, but how are you boys doing?
Well, look, to be fair, this problem is completely out of our hands.
Oh, thank God for once.
For once, if you are trying to watch us on Facebook, guess what? You fucking can't. Facebook fucking sucks a bag of dicks. So, in the meantime, you can watch us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Or, of course, you're listening to this in podcast form. And at that point, none of that applies to you.
No, it doesn't.
But we still love you.
Yeah, Facebook says they're trying to figure it out.
Oh,
Do it, Facebook.
boy.
Do it.
What a fucking pain in the balls. How you guys doing?
I just love how the notes that this that the software is giving us tells us you can now book your Facebook Live events up to 7 days in advance, but apparently day of they tell you to go fuck yourself. I don't understand. Dude.
It's the first time we've had an issue with Facebook, so it is what it is, guys.
Yeah, it's not what you want.
You think Mark Zuckerberg's fucking with us? Is that the deal on this? You think somebody's maybe trying to keep us down?
It stinks.
You know, like cancel culture or some shit like that. It happens to a lot of the shows on the Shining Wizards Network.
I mean, if you were going to be canceled, you would have been canceled a long time ago.
This is true, Kevin. This is absolutely true.
I think we all have grown up to the point where we can't be canceled.
Don't challenge me with a good time.
No,
Yeah,
that's true. Matt would like it.
Don't put any ideas in Matt's head.
Yeah, brutal.
Oh boy,
A lot of great ideas up there.
Yeah, quite a few. Some of them need to hit this. Some of them need to hit the speed bump, though. You know, not all of them should come out. You know.
I put it out there on the Facebook that we are having problems. So just go to YouTube, and if Facebook fixes itself, so be it. And if they don't, well, go fuck your hand.
Still live on the rant.
That's right. And you can still listen to us in podcast form, but definitely head over to the YouTube or Twitch or Twitter. You can see us on Twitter. Full show tonight. We got Thunderfrog joining us in about an hour. We got tons of wrestling talk and talk about wrestling. Tony, I know you are you're having a day.
Yes, a day is a nice way to put it.
So I'm gonna ask you this question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are we making picks for Halloween Havoc on Saturday?
What? Is that NXT?
It is an NXT vehicle, yes, sir.
Now, is this considered just an NXT special, or is this in the realm of like
this is
whatever
a
WWE
Peacock exclusive?
Oh,
but it's not a premium live event.
That's the phrase I was looking for, Kev. Yeah, so I'm tempted to say no on this one, but I'm open to suggestions. Really? Yeah, if it's not a dude, like I don't know.
But NXT doesn't really do like takeovers anymore, so this might be the closest thing we can get to an NXT pick.
Fair point. Fair point. What do you what say you, Matt?
I would love to pick Halloween Havoc.
Matt, show your work. Why?
Yes, you got to come with a reason.
First of all, it's Halloween Havoc.
Okay.
Stack card. We're going to see a new North American champion crown. We got the NXT World Championship is on the line. Mandy Rose, Alba Fry. Come on, people. I know.
Wait.
That.
What is an Alba Fry?
It's the number 3 at KFC.
What is an Alba Fry?
An ambulance match, a weapons wild match.
No. Timeout, rewind, hold up. What is an Alba Fry?
Alba Fry is a female professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Does she have like a big badonkadonk because she eats fries?
No, she had a different name. I can't believe it.
Kylie Ray.
Kylie Ray. No.
Kaylee Ray.
Yes. Not the smiley one.
No, not Smiley Kylie. That's Kylie Ray.
Right.
Kaylee Ray, I think, is the one you're thinking of. So why is she Alba Fries now?
Oh, Alba Fire, it's called. Someone in YouTube just said it's not Alba Fry.
Did you say Alba Fry?
Alba
what
Fry.
A dipshit. No wonder. I'm like, what the fuck is an Alba?
Spelled like Don Fry's last name.
Yeah, F-R-Y-E maybe.
That's how it's spelled.
Or is it F-Y-R-E?
It's F-R. Oh, F-Y-R-E.
All right. Now that we've got that cleared up, let me rephrase my question. What the fuck is an Alba Fire?
Wow.
It's not quite a house fire. It's not a forest fire. It's just an Alba fire.
It's she didn't want to be Kaylee Ray anymore, so now she's Alba Fire.
My
Tony,
God.
Have you ever had an Alba that's caught on fire? It's devastating. Brutal. Insurance, all that stuff.
I don't know where they come up with these fucking names. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
This is probably
Ridiculous will be there Saturday too.
Yeah. First name Ray, last name Ridiculous. Wait, is there an actual performer named Ridiculous?
Not yet.
Yes.
Oh,
Not
okay.
I'm sure they listen.
I'm sure Chikara had a character named Ridiculous at some point.
Well, Delirious.
Delirious and Ridiculous.
That would be all right. I'm not a big Delirious guy, but that would be fun. Delirious and Ridiculous. It was like if Homicide and Suicide ever teamed up in TNA. Like that would be like.
What would their team name be?
Conflicting interests.
That's a good one. I thought you were going to go with Life Enders myself, but
that's pretty.
Interesting.
That's not bad. But because like one is I'm going to kill you, the other one's I'm going to kill me, and
yeah, like I'm going to kill you.
Don't worry about it. I got this. We're good. We're good.
The promos would be pretty decent.
I was planning on doing this anyway. Save your.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. No, wait. No. Seriously, no.
Don't dull the blade on your knife. Don't waste any more money on ammo. I got this.
Eric Freeds, welcome to the chat. Conflicting interest is great. Of course it is. It's Kevin's idea.
No, but not all gems.
Yeah, no, most of them work. I'll give the credit where it's due. It was a good one.
Appreciate it.
All right, so we haven't landed on if we're picking this wonderful pay-per-view or not.
Well, yes. Your plus column has Alba Fryer in it, so I don't know how else you're gonna prove up that we need to pick this thing.
Come on, man. It's a special fucking Grayson Waller and Apollo Crews.
What the fuck is a Grayson Waller?
Is
that like a Mason?
Grayson Waller's gonna be a stud.
But
Kevin says he's gonna be a stud, so.
Oh. And he's fighting Yoo-Hoo Nation?
Yeah,
Yoo-Hoo Nation's in NXT now?
Yeah.
Dude, what are they doing?
That's
is Eli Drake? Is Eli Drake back there, or LA Knight or whatever?
No, LA Knight's on SmackDown.
But he gave up Mansois and all that shit, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Be excited.
Yeah. He's back, baby.
Yeah, he's back. Now he's a heel. Goddamn.
So what happens to the fucking male model club?
They are being managed by LA Knight's sister, Maxine.
Oh God.
No, it's not bad, man. I mean, the gimmick I think is pretty whatever. It's not like it hasn't been done before. I mean, Rick Martel did it.
What's the better gimmick? The fucking male models or the Alpha Academy?
They're both pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Both pretty good, he says, Matt.
Whoa.
Dude,
somebody's been watching their WWE.
I have been not on time, but like I had it on at the bar on Friday, but I needed to go back and watch it again, which I didn't have a chance to. I wanted to watch Bray Wyatt's promo because I heard that was awesome. But yeah, so LA Knight, he came back like you thought he was going to be a babyface, like separating himself from the male models. But then like afterwards, he's like, after his match on SmackDown, he's like, "You think I did this for you?" Talking about the fans. He's like, "Nah." But then he was like, "Yeah." But then it was like, "Nah."
Dummies, yeah.
And then he was like, "Dummy." Yeah, but I'm very excited about LA Knight's potential because I think we're finally going to see it.
Let's hope so. It seems like the WWE's turned a corner with the product and things are pretty fucking exciting over there. We found out last week while we were doing Down the Aisle. The Good Brothers are back on the WWE programming, signed to a brand new contract over there, and Machine Gun Carl Anderson will still be defending the Never Openweight Championship at Battle Autumn on November 5th.
Dude, did you ever think we'd live in a world where someone contracted to WWE would still be able to wrestle for New Japan?
It's awesome.
I remember in the 80s that happened a lot, but in the recent history, the past 20 to 30 years, never would have. Yeah. Never would have in a million years.
So Matt, let me ask you this, being all-knowing New Japan whisperer. Is this a potential sign of things to come? Have you discussed about possibly WWE trying to dive into the New Japan waters as opposed to AEW?
I don't know. From what we know, from what's been reported, it's everybody involved knew what was going to happen. So New Japan knew that they were going to show up on Raw. They knew that they signed a deal. WWE knew that they had verbal commitments through Wrestle Kingdom. Now, we know Carl Anderson's going to be at Battle Autumn November 5th. We do not know, though, if this is going to run through Wrestle Kingdom. So we'll have to see. He's still the never open weight champion.
Right, but
Yeah,
is he defending that belt on that show?
He is. He's defending against Hikuleo.
nobody.
So gun to your head that he loses.
Of course, like history shows, the never openweight championship never gets defended successfully, and when it does, it's rare. It's completely rare.
That's not even where I was going with my question. But it makes sense now. Matt, gun to your head, he loses.
I don't see.
It's more likely than not.
Yes, part of me thinks like yes, he definitely loses. But if they've agreed to work through, to Wrestle Kingdom, like,
yeah,
everybody kind of wins in that situation, right?
So my question was based on the traditional. I'm here. I'm not there as much anymore. Lose the belt, not the fact that the championship just happens to get switched every single time it's defended. So based on not how the title is booked, but how we all know if you're signed somewhere else, you do the honors on the way out. So based on that logic, do you think?
Well, it's not like he showed up on Raw with the title. I don't know. I don't think Hikuleo's the guy, right? I think it goes back to Tama Tonga. So if WWE is okay with letting him go back over there one more time in January to drop it to him, but who knows, man? It's crazy. Evil was the fucking IWGP World Heavyweight Champion fucking 2 years ago. So,
Kev, can I give you a statistic real quick to show you how crazy the Never Openweight Championship is?
Lay it on me, Big Daddy.
So let's go back to Wrestle Kingdom 13, which was January 2019. Will Ospreay had one successful defense. Kenta, almost 8 months later, had two successful defenses. Shingo Takagi, easy for me to say, had three. Shingo won it back. He had one. Tanahashi had one. Jay White had one. The people who had zero successful title defenses: Jeff Cobb, Taichi, Big Tom, Hiroki Goto, Minoru Suzuki, Tom Ishii again, Tama Tonga. Fucking nobody retains this fucking thing. More often than not, they lose on the first go around.
So you're saying, in your expert opinion, T-Donk, doctor, if you will, PhD, PH-Donk, you're saying even if he wasn't signed to WWE, he'd lose this match.
Oh yeah.
Interesting take.
Who's he wrestling, by the way? Who's
Hikuleo?
Oh, Hikuleo. Sorry.
Listen, this world isn't big enough for two hula men, Tony.
By the way, Mike Spear brings it up. Hogan went over to New Japan to wrestle Muta when he was the WWF champion after he beat Yokozuna at WrestleMania.
Right.
That was 93. Yeah. But still, statistically, that's over 29 years ago at this point.
Right. I knew it happened, but
in this day and age,
yes,
post Monday Night Wars, AEW, TNA, all that bullshit. So
now let me ask you this.
Oh yeah.
You think Tony Khan's crying in his britches that WWE's got this little kind of side deal going with New Japan, or?
Well, we don't know what kind of side deal this is. Like, it's just as far as we know right now, it's just specifically Carl Anderson related, as far as we know. Right, Matt? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's all we know.
That's all we know.
Okay.
If he wasn't the champion, I think it would be a non-issue.
I agree. Like, if he had a match scheduled that wasn't for any championships, do you think they would still let him fulfill that commitment? Probably, right?
Yeah,
it's Triple H, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the whole Triple H factor. I think like Triple H is trying not to be a dick with a lot of the stuff he's been doing. And I'm
sorry, Tony.
No, go ahead.
He's trying to reverse, like, he's gonna be like the Bizarro McMahon of the 80s. Like, he's gonna be like the Bizarro. Like, I have no problem working with any of you territories or any of you other major companies. Whereas Vince McMahon was the exact opposite. I'm fucking your shit up. I'm taking your guys. But where like Triple H will maybe be like, all right, well, maybe we'll see what we can do. I mean, I don't think like Brock Lesnar is showing up on Impact, but like you know what I'm saying, right?
If it makes sense.
Yo, imagine Brock Lesnar shows up at Wrestle Kingdom next year.
That would be awesome.
Fucking A, dude. Like, Jay White thinks he's all high and mighty because he fucking successfully defends the title. And then all of a sudden, dun. And
you know what? It would make sense because Brock has history there.
That big motherfucker coming out with a cowboy hat on in the fucking Tokyo Dome. How crazy would that be?
Oh. That's crazy that you think Jay White's going to beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom.
Okada.
Look, stranger things have happened.
How many times?
Reading
Matt,
the tea
let me ask
leaves
you something
here.
about Okada, please.
Yo.
If you don't mind. I love the guy. I think he's a star. I think I would love him in WWE, right? Or in AEW. I'd love him. How many times has he held this championship? Like 18,000?
So this version of the championship, the lineage of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, he's only been champion once.
Wait, what?
Yes, because they combined at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
So Okada's only won. Oh wow.
No, see,
Kevin,
Kevin, we had this conversation last year. This is a different title with different lineage
Oh.
because it's two combined belts, but the lineage is brand. It's a combination of two, but it's brand new lineage. So,
So Naito was the first to hold it.
yes,
He was the first double champion.
What about in the before time? Like
Four-time, he's a 5-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
yeah,
that's even less. That's even less than I thought. To be honest with you.
yeah, but he's still pretty new in his career. Like Okada really hasn't been around a long time in the grand scheme of things. Like especially when you look at guys like Tanahashi and
Guess how old Okada is?
Oh god,
Okada?
31.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 32, 33.
But it
You guys-
feels like he's been around forever.
That's right. He's 34 years old.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, how old's Naito? Naito's in his 40s, no?
Yes.
Naito is 74, confirmed.
Well, that's
Naito's
probably
40.
Tanahashi.
Naito's 40. He just turned 40 this year.
Yeah, he looks like an old man though, dude. He's beat to shit.
Tanahashi?
No,
Naito.
Yeah, you ever see Naito walk? His legs are so fucked up. Dude.
Tanahashi's 45.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying he's much better.
Yeah, these like forbidden door runs make me think like so weirdly about certain talents. Like when Tanahashi comes over like and works Impact or like works like these other shows, or Minoru Suzuki comes over and works these other shows. Like even now, like Juice Robinson just had probably like the highlight of his career. Maybe not his career, but like joining the Bullet Club. It seemed like such a monster deal. Now I'm watching him on Impact in front of like 12 people. It just makes me feel like it I'm not saying it diminishes them because I love all these companies, but it's just like all right, you were just in the Tokyo or Kakuen Hall, whatever it's called, Kaku Hall, and now you're in like Impact in Albany. Like it's just like stay where you are, man.
Impact in Albany. You know what's funny? Like I kind of had issues last week with the internet, but I listened. That fucking Jersey All Pro show that you guys covered. Holy shit, dude. Wait, it was Ring of Honor, wasn't it?
No, it was Jersey All Pro.
It was Jersey All Pro. Yeah. That was insane, man. To be a fly on the wall for that show. Good God.
We didn't get to cover it last week, and part of it was because Tony had a shitty internet. Tony, do you know? And Kevin, I don't even know if we discussed this. New Japan's introducing a new title.
Oh yes.
Is there going to be a tournament for it, man?
Yes.
Oh, there's a tournament going on right now.
now.
TV title.
Oh boy.
You're not excited for the TV title, Tony?
If only. Who is there? Is there a promoter? Like, is there a booker in New Japan that we know of? Like, is there somebody that's named where you go like, oh, that's the booker in New Japan? Kind of like how you say like, oh, Triple H is the booker of WWE, or oh, Tony Khan is the one that books AEW. Like,
Actually,
is there
great
somebody?
question.
It is Gato.
Oh, so maybe Gato wants to win Promoter of the Year by just giving everybody belts. I don't know. What the fuck are we doing, dude?
Have you seen the title?
You know what?
Uh-oh.
I'm not passing complete judgment as writing it off as ugly. It's different. I'll give it that much. I think it's pretty creative. Am I in love with it? No. But I get the feeling they really tried their best to try to come up with something different on this one.
Now I got to Google it.
It's the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television title.
All right, here we go.
Now they're throwing around the word world pretty loosely, huh? I mean, if you think about it, their only world championship exists because two titles combined, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, their tag team titles, the heavyweight tag belts, the junior tag belts. Like, the only title that's ever had world designated is the newly created IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Why world television? Or was that you just saying that?
I think it's always been. I think WCW was world's television champion. In Crockett,
well, I mean,
in WCW.
They say the same thing in the NWA, but I think it's more of a gimmick to make it sound like more prestigious than it is. You know.
Well, I mean, now that New Japan has kind of infiltrated the States, it can technically kind of be World's Television Championship if that's what they want to do.
You know what? I see your point. I mean, we do have access to New Japan World and all the other goodies in the States, so it's you know what? That's a good point.
But I will tell you this, Tony, the belt is freaking atrocious.
Matt, what say you?
I'm not a fan of it either. I know what they're trying to do here. The idea is that they're going to use the title to highlight the relationship between New Japan Pro Wrestling and TV Asahi, which I believe is their big TV company over there. And I think a lot of these matches, once they declare a championship, will be shown on YouTube and this TV Asahi. And I'm probably butchering it. So
that's a blueberry.
So fucking throw your hate tweets at Wizards Podcast. Let me know.
Oh, the belt is gross.
Oh yes, the belt, yes, but me pronouncing TV Asahi is terrible.
Is it Asahi?
Yeah, it's well, that's the blueberry. It's the superfood. Asahi.
Asahi. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna allow that. That's a good pronunciation.
And it's also a moonsault too, right?
Yeah, win for me. It looks like
you got it.
I'll take them. I don't get them often.
Well, Asahi, because Asahi is ASAI, Asahi, as opposed to Asahi.
No, there's a C in there. In Asahi, right?
No, there's not.
Not in the moonsault.
No, I mean in the blueberry. I meant. Isn't it ACAI?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Not the moonsault though, but yes, you are correct.
Not the moonsault, but the blueberry.
Blueberry. I like the blueberry. Standalone fruit. If you know, you know.
Yeah, this belt sucks. It's like it looks like a belt buckle, but it also looks like a TV. Like, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I guess.
Can you beat that championship belt or New Japan Pro Wrestling Television Championship?
Which one? The one that you made or the one that Kate made?
Either one.
Both. I'll take them both. I'd rather have Naito walk out on New Japan with that than this brick.
Brick.
It's a brick.
Is it the worst belt that's out there currently?
Well, if you remember my top 5.
Yeah, I kind of don't. That's why I'm trying to wonder.
So no, it is not worse than the NWA Women's Championship. It is not worse than the Impact World Championship. It is not worse than the Intercontinental Championship.
So it's not a completely terrible belt.
But we're talking about 5 titles in a sea of a million.
Fair enough, but that might not be on Kevin's top 5 of worst belts. It might not have supplanted.
No, it would make it. If I did this list tonight, it would make it.
But number 4, number 5, not a top 3.
Who would I bump? I would probably bump. I guess off the top of my head, because I know the belt what's the belt that the NWA belt with like the red strap and the USA the
national championship.
National champ. Would I bump that? I'd probably I'd probably bump the IC belt and put this on there.
Really?
Yeah. Probably
okay. All right. Fair enough.
Well, there's a tournament happening and we'll find out who the new TV champion is at Wrestle Kingdom. Every match will be 15 minutes long.
Oh.
With the idea being that you have to pick up the victory in a timely manner.
Wait. When you say 15 minutes long, it's like, are they like Iron Man matches, or is that the time limit?
I'm sorry. There's a time limit, a 15-minute time.
Okay.
If it goes the distance, decisions will be made via coin toss.
Wait.
Matt, you got to stop watching this shit.
Now, I don't know the bells and whistles of this. I don't know what the coin toss determines. We have yet to see a match go 15 minutes.
Wait, who's left in the tournament right now?
Oh, yeah. Give us the rundown. Give us the
So, your tournament right now.
All right, wait, let me ask you this first. Any of the big names in there? Tanahashi, Okada, Naito?
No. Your tournament field is. Ready?
Let's see if I can guess one. Is Finley in there?
Yes, he is.
Look at me.
Is Yano in there?
Toriano?
Yes.
Is El Fantasmo in there?
No ELP. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Taguchi?
Oh, sorry, Tony, your turn.
Taguchi. No Taguchi.
Is Bad Luck Fale in there?
There is no Bad Luck Fale.
Oh God. Hanma.
No Honma either.
Wow.
Can I get a? I don't know any New Japan guys.
You do. You guys are missing a couple of glaring ones.
Can I
Takagi.
get?
No Takagi.
Wow.
Can I get a Bullet Club pimp guy?
No, you cannot get
The Tokyo Pimp. What the fuck's his name?
Yes.
I can't think of it.
Yujiro Takahashi.
Did we say Taichi?
Taichi, you can get a Taichi.
How about Great Okan?
You can get a Great Okan.
Can I get a Jeff Cobb?
You can get a Jeff Cobb.
Now we're rolling.
The other one that's not Tamatanga.
Can I get a Will?
No Hikuleo, no.
The
The other Tonga guy.
Gorillas of Destiny.
The other gorilla.
He blew his knee out. He's not returning anytime soon.
I had someone. Can I get a Will Ospreay?
You cannot get a Will Ospreay. With one of them as a past guest of the show.
Chase Owens. Oh, he never did the show, did he?
Nope.
He never ended up doing it. Can I get a Chase Owens?
Tenzan.
No.
Can I get a former New Japan?
Any Gaijin?
Yes. Yes,
be a
he's
guy,
the
Jim.
past guest of the show.
Brody King?
No.
No, come on.
You're missing a cut. We've mentioned two of them already today.
No. Matt Hardy, no. Austin Theory. Can I get an Austin Theory?
Austin Theory, no, you are incorrect.
How about Sonata?
Tony for Sonata.
How about
Tony.
Evil?
Evil. Let me get an Evil.
How many
How
are we
about-
down?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh,
6,
God.
7. Halfway through the field.
Half. Oh my God.
This is a 73-man tournament.
TJP.
No TJP. It's only 16 men.
Oh, Rocky Romero.
No Rocky.
What?
Tony, are you on the website looking through a past guest?
No, I'm looking through New Japan stars. I needed the help.
Past guests. Is it?
It was on the StreamYard.
It's not Sam Adonis. We just no.
It's not Sam Adonis.
He's not over there. Is it?
Oh, Clark Connors.
It's not Clark Connors.
That's a good guess.
One of the other guys.
Alex Coughlin.
It's not any of those guys.
Yugi Yumamura.
Excuse me.
Yugi Yumamura.
I like that Yuma.
Kevin's guy.
Ooh.
What?
How's that, Mike?
What?
What did I
It's
miss?
not you and your
Matt fucking lost it.
it's not you and your
Oh, I got one.
all right.
Ooh.
Ace Austin.
It's not Ace Austin.
Oh, damn it.
You're so fucking close though.
Oh my God.
Chris Bay.
How about we got a Yoshinobu Kanemaru?
Is he
How
on
about
there?
a Zack Sabre Jr.?
Ugh.
How about an Alex Zane?
Alex Zane? That's the former guest.
Yoshihashi,
Oh fuck, Yoshihashi.
Aaron Hanare,
Okay.
Big Tom Ishii,
Ooh.
Big Tom.
Ren Narita,
Senorita?
Hiroki Goto, and Kenta.
Ooh, Kenta.
So far, go through my notes here. Zack Sabre Jr. beat Alex Kane. Alex Kane. That's next week's guest.
Bomaye!
David Finlay beat Kanemaru. Yoshihashi beat Jeff Cobb.
What?
Evil defeated Hanare. Sonata defeated Taichi. And Kenta defeated Hiroki Goto.
Good. Tai Chi can't fucking sing anyway. Fuck that guy.
Hey,
Matt, what happened? What happened with that dude challenging Kawada? What's up with that? Did you see
Taichi?
that? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that was Taichi.
Is Kawada going to accept?
I don't know what happened yet. I think that just happened yesterday.
Oh,
Last night.
there was memes going around on the old internet.
Yeah, it happened yesterday, the 16th, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, I mean yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
We've also, while we're in the New Japan world, let's just get this over with. We have our main event for the Wrestle Kingdom is announced. Jay White against Okada.
Fuck Jay White.
Plus an IWGP Junior Heavyweight title 4-way dance as Taiji Ishimori defends the title against Master Wado, Hiromu, Takahashi, and El Desperado. The only reason why Master Wado is in this position is because Kushida has hand, foot, and mouth disease and has not been able to wrestle for the past month.
Oh, Kaksaki.
No, Kushida.
God bless you.
Nah.
Hey-o.
Hey-oh.
Now we're canceled.
Why do we need to get a fatal 4-way, dude? Why can't they just have a straight up 1-on-1?
Because I think because Wrestle Kingdom's only one night this week, they're gonna try and
This week,
this year.
next year,
It's only a one night show again.
Only
this
one
year?
night. Back to one night.
night show.
Night one.
Hey-o.
Yeah, it's only one night this year.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. I don't work for New Japan.
Oh, you got to know.
I don't know that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know?
They're back to not doing the half open arenas for the pandemic. So I guess they're just going all out. Fill it up one night, get it done.
I like the part of me liked the 2 nights. The night those.
What part of you?
All of them. Because it made it. I know it was kind of ridiculous. Because Matt, traditionally, the night one was like a number 1 contenders match. Then the winner would normally on night 2 would fight the champion, right?
Well, they did that 1 year.
Oh,
One year they made it 2 nights. Yeah, it's only been 2 nights for 2-3 years. Last year they did 3 nights. First 2 were strictly New Japan, and the third was a special where they did New Japan Pro Wrestling Noah.
Right.
And then the year before that, it was for the pandemic. And then, the last 2 years.
Yeah, I don't ever see WrestleMania going back to one night, so that's why it kind of took me off guard that New Japan did. But hey, rock on, baby. Now it's gonna be a one night 17-hour show.
No, I think you'll see. So we got the world title, we got the junior. You'll see who the world TV champion is. You'll probably get a tag title match. You would hope.
What about all the open weights and the ones with the trophies and all that stuff?
No, they're not going to waste. I don't want to say they're not going to waste. They're not going to. I don't think they put those on.
Gonna waste time. It's all right, dude.
I mean, look, let's be realistic. We all know those titles are not.
They're gonna do all that shit at the New Beginning stuff, the next day or whatever.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, what's the one that happens right after Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah, it's New Beginnings, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all right. So yeah, save it for that then, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure you might get a, who knows, an AEW title match or a Ring of Honor title match. You never know.
God, I hope not. Just let New Japan do their thing. Why do we need another title match on there from some other organization?
Well, because Ring of Honor, the IWGP Tag Team Champions are FTR. So wouldn't it stand a chance that maybe?
Well, yeah, but Matt made it sound like if I don't know, the fucking Scissor Me Boys were gonna be on the show to defend the AEW belts. Look,
dude, that would be awesome.
It would be awesome if they did, but it's not a fucking Wrestle Kingdom thing, dude. Just fucking do your own shit. You don't need to bring anybody in. You know what I'm saying?
It's Forbidden Door, Tony.
It doesn't have to be a Wrestle Kingdom, dude. Let's make sure the IWGP tag titles are defended before we start bringing anybody else's shit in.
Please. Can we get them to the fucking World Tag League, please?
Yes, please. Yes,
please.
Yes.
Kevin mentioned the Forbidden Door.
Uh-oh.
Tony, I don't know how much you're in the know. AEW Rampage slayed Friday night with several returns.
Slayed.
We got Stu Grayson. Looks like he's back in the Dark Order.
Get out of here.
Right? Did you not? I guess you didn't see that.
I did not see that. No, I did not.
Kevin fucking scared the shit out of me with his enthusiasm for Stu Grayson.
Dude, he was he was the one guy that made me upset that wasn't there anymore.
Yeah,
actually, Alan Angels maybe too, but
there's a backstage segment where Jose the assistant's still trying to get Preston Vance to join his squad. And they kind of shoot him.
Whoa. Who is Jose the assistant?
He's Andrade.
What happened to fucking the other guy?
Rush?
No,
you're thinking of Death Triangle.
Alba Hombres.
You're thinking
That's
of
Death
Penta
Triangle.
and yeah,
Oh, he's with them?
a little bit.
What a fucking awful leader he is. Are
You
we
talking-
getting to the fucking meat and potatoes of this?
We
Is
will, but
Is this where you're heading? You
I am,
fucking
but let
piece
me-
of dog shit.
let me fucking paint the picture, dickhead. And Kevin's excited now.
I
So
am.
Jose, the assistant, he wants Preston Vance in the number 10. He wants him to join his squad. They said the Dark Order says hit the brick, so that they go everyone hands in. So then the camera pans out, and it's the four of their hands. It's Johnny Hungy, Alex Reynolds, Evil Uno, and then Preston Vance, and then a fifth hand comes in, and they pan back, and it's fucking Stu Grayson.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Adam Page. I would have been like, you motherfucker.
It was not.
Good.
Chris Jericho was successful in a tag team. Was it a tag team match?
No.
Or
Did he
did he
defend the
just-
Ring of Honor title? I thought he defended the Ring of Honor title against Danielson.
That was on Wednesday.
That
night.
was Dynamite.
Oh, that was Wednesday. Oh, that's right. They don't put that shit on fucking.
Him and
Friday.
Garcia had their like in-ring bullshit together.
I did not see Rampage. I can't believe I did not see Rampage.
Really, Kevin? Well,
No, sorry.
Wait, when did Wardrobe wrestle?
we're
Wardrobe.
getting to Wardrobe, bro. Relax.
Yeah, let Matt do his thing. He's
Relax.
steering this ship.
So Jericho and Garcia are out there to celebrate them being the Ring of Honor champion, bringing no honor to Ring of Honor because Daniel Garcia turned his back on Bryan Danielson. And who answers the challenge?
Joe.
Dalton Castle. So you'll get Chris Jericho, Dalton Castle next week for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Is that a Rampage vehicle or is that a Dynamite vehicle?
That will be Dynamite.
Nice.
Dynamite. Oh, is he there with his young boys and the 6-man tag belts?
Sure.
He did not. I did not see the belts on them,
Oh boy.
but they are the 6-man champs. Then
Oh shit.
at the end of
Yeah.
Rampage,
That's
FTR was wrestling the Gates of Agony.
Which is Khan and the other guy.
Khan, the other guy. There's a little beatdown action.
Oh, baby. This popped me. I did see this.
Kevin did see this. And then who made their debut in AEW? No.
Matt, let's see how long it takes them to get it.
Soraya.
And-
We're looking for a tag team, Tony. Tag team to debut in AEW.
Is it
What-
some group from Japan?
No,
Oh,
they're there.
I know. It's the OGK. I
There
know.
you go.
Yeah,
Tony.
buddy.
Matt Taven, Michael Bennett, Maria Kanellis show up to put the boots to FTR and Warjo. And it looks like we have a new tag team in the Ring of Honor division, which is going to be weird Thursday night when they defend their Impact Tag Team Championships against Heath Slater and Rhino.
So, Matt, do you know the spoilers for that event?
I know nothing, Kevin.
Okay. I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. I think they lose to Heath and Rhino, and then Machine Guns and Rhino and Slater battle over the belts.
Are you
Thanks.
excited for that?
I am. I mean, God, it's Rhino and Heath, man, and it's the MC.
Oh boy. So
MC.
AEW takes away OGK from my precious NWA. Oh boy.
You don't know that.
Oh boy.
Did they sign? Are they signed?
I have not heard if they're signed yet.
Yeah, I didn't think they're signed. You never know, man. Tony. It's a forbidden door.
That's right. Forbidden Door. So I know what you want to talk about, Tony. I know you're very excited. We have a brand new
Oh, fuck your hand, fuck your face, fuck
What's
your
up?
mouth.
AEW All Atlantic Champion.
Yeah.
You know what?
Very
My
prestigious
greatest
championship.
fantasies are a picturesque scene of hell where it's just non-stop people having to stare at Orange Cassidy and Pac just kick each other in the shins until the end of the fucking existence of the world. What a fucking dog shit call this was. Holy fuck me twice and leave me fucking bleeding. This was fucking terrible, dude. Fuck Orange Cassidy. Fuck that belt. That's all Atlantic, but there's fucking all the countries on the Pacific fucking Ocean that are in the goddamn thing. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Matt?
Tony has just left Kevin speechless. Not the biggest Orange Cassidy fan.
Let me guess. Oh, it was great the way they did it. It was fucking wonderful.
I'm not. Tony. I'm kind of with you.
Those words didn't come out of my mouth. I don't like it either.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know why they did it.
Because Tony Khan's a fucking idiot. That's why. There's no other way to say it, dude. There's no other way to say it. You know what it is?
Oh.
It's Halloween's coming up, and Tony Khan would like nothing more than to dress like Orange Cassidy and fucking put the All-Atlantic Championship around his waist and parade around and go, look at me, I'm a champion.
As big of a lunatic as you sound like right now, that is probably why he did it.
Fucking terrible, dude. What are they thinking? Like, honestly, like, what is the reasoning behind? Well, Orange Cassidy's over. Everybody loves Orange Cassidy. What the fuck, dude?
I don't like it, but if it's a bridge to get the title on All Ego Ethan Page, then
why would you use him as a bridge? Like, what do you need a bridge for?
Because it provides everybody a nice feel-good moment. You send the fans home happy. He's over. And maybe you get a little more length out of this best friends death triangle feud.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what we fucking need. More best friends death triangle.
Right, but maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
I mean, if you're going to have a transitional champion, I guess a guy that will be over no matter what is the guy that can lose a belt and not have any shine taken off of him. So in that regards, it does make sense. And if putting the belt on Ethan Page, which I would be all for, means that he can now defend the championship in Canada, he can defend the championship other places, like, and that would be a big. Say what you want about the All Atlantic Championship, it's a championship that I still feel like all other championships still means something. If you're an AEW champion, if you're a champion in AEW, it means something. So I wouldn't hate that if that's the route that they go. But like taking it off Pac this quick seemed bizarro to me.
Well, Pac also has the prestigious Trios Championship with the other fucking idiots in the fucking Flight Club or whatever the hell they're called.
You're so...
Death Triangle, Tony.
Death Triangle, great.
Triangle.
Why is Phoenix not a fucking single star going for this championship? Why are we stuck with Orange fucking Cassidy?
He had a great match at Triple Mania.
And Kevin, I want to talk about that because I did want to see that, and I want to see that. I want to see the Sam Adonis match, and I want to see the Mask versus Mask match. Tony, I understand, but how can you sit there and be so venomous towards the AEW product and Orange Cassidy when you clearly sat down and watched the NWA this week and watched fucking Question Mark 2 have a match?
What does that have to do? Was Question Mark 2 challenging for the fucking NWA World Heavyweight Championship?
It's terrible storytelling. It's a terrible gimmick. You're going to take this gimmick that this fucking guy who unfortunately died turned it into gold. Then you're going to try and put it on some other schmuck.
All right. So let's back up. Where was the part that I thought this was a good idea?
I don't hate it.
Kevin doesn't hate it. Tony, where do you stand on this?
Matt is absolutely right. It feels like they're kind of just running over what Josephus was able to accomplish in such a short amount of time with this gimmick. There's parts of it that I'm going to be honest with you. Like when they're interviewing fucking Rodney Mack and he's going karate, I'm like, this big goofy motherfucker is making me laugh. This is ridiculous. If they keep this on a ridiculous level and they keep them away from championships, maybe it's okay.
So I didn't watch NWA this week, so I apologize for that. But I watched it when the second Question Mark made his intro, and we had on Black G's, I believe we talked about it with Black G's, right? And I was like, man, like, all right, R.I.P. Josephus, awesome. But this was never about Josephus the person. This is about the character as Question Mark. So if you can try to like keep that character going, and clearly it was over when Josephus did it, but if you can keep it going, it's like when like Matt Bourne left and Ray Apollo took over Doink the Clown. It's like the character was never supposed to be, at least until we knew about it, Josephus.
I think though the beauty of Question Mark originally was that we knew, quote unquote, didn't know who it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
I think that's why
who knows how it would have paid off if he didn't pass away. So we probably would have gotten that payoff at some point.
That's the thing.
So, all right. So if you're saying that these guys are doing something that should have been left to Josephus, I can understand that maybe you would feel a little uncomfortable with the story. But
It's not that I'm uncomfortable with it. It's just weird. Like, it's a weird choice to go after in terms of the story at this point in time.
But does a lot of it have to do with how maybe Aaron Stevens can interact with him and or them now? Like, is it more about Aaron Stevens now as it is like it was before, as opposed to, you know?
I'll be honest with you, and I think it does have to do with Aaron, because look, I get it. He goes out there, he tries to just do different things, you know. The problem is he's only batting about 500. This thing, I don't know if it's working, dude.
But
the crowd's been awful quiet when they see this shit. Like, people
Well,
should be excited, and they're not. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
look, and to be, I'm not picking on you, Tony. So people out there you can like a product and not like a storyline.
Right.
I just, I want people, maybe if they're tuning in for the first time, know where that line in the sand is for Tony, where he draws that line. I think the problem is he was such a beloved character. Like, it's clearly obvious to people what they're doing, and people might not be into it.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
100%.
That's a great point, and I won't argue that at all. That's a fantastic point, actually. But I guess I can't get inside their heads because I'm not nearly as creative as Billy Corgan or Aaron Stevens or anyone that's in a position to write TV. But like, I just feel like if it's an avenue to get Aaron Stevens, I mean, it was the avenue that got Aaron Stevens back in the ring, right? Like, that's
right, yeah.
So like, if that's the case, then I'm okay with how it got there. And it's also like you said, Tony, if it's going to be just like ridiculous, then let it be ridiculous, and let's just not focus on the fact that this character was played by somebody who's no longer with us. Like, that's how I personally take it. And if it stinks as a story, it stinks as a story. You can't, put lipstick on a pig and make it, not a pig.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's part of the thing, like, and just watch the reactions, it's not there. Like,
so let me ask you this. Was it to the point where like they turned like Eddie Guerrero? Was it uncomfortable when like they turned Eddie Guerrero's death into like not propaganda as a prop for a storyline? Like, is it to that level of
no, it's not. It's not where like the stuff they did with Randy Orton was like borderline disrespectful. I don't see this as disrespectful per se. I think it's more Aaron Stevens just like, hey, this was a good story, let's continue. He might see it in a way where it's like
it could be an homage.
Exactly. To who was a dear friend to Aaron Stevens, I just don't think it's at that point. Like, I think it's like a miss.
If you're saying the story just stinks, then I'm okay with it, and I'll take your word for it because you watch religiously every week, and I have been until this week.
It's one of those things where I'll say I'll give it a little while longer, but I really do not have a good feeling about it turning around. I just don't. The one thing that's coming out of it that is interesting to me is like this whole May Valentine's kind of still like thinking that she's involved with Aaron Stevens, and Kratos is back, and Kratos wants to get Aaron Stevens in the ring, so he wants to have a match with him. Like, that part of the storyline where he's trying to get Aaron Stevens out of retirement, I'm digging. This part, not really.
Yeah.
Although Rodney Mack pretending to be fucking question mark is fucking hilarious.
Dude, from day one when I saw that, I was like,
he's like, karate.
Dude, that's so good. Like,
if they left it like that, maybe it wouldn't be so bad because it's so over the top that it's funny and it's good,
So, Tony, do you have any idea who question mark 2 is?
No idea. I don't know who Gags the Gimp is. I still don't know who Scion is. It's one of those things I just don't want to know. No, honestly, I don't know who Scion is yet.
Scion
I mean, I know he's Aaron Idol's Aaron Idol. Jesus Christ, Austin Idol's kid. But
Matt, do you know who Scion is?
I think Matt knows.
Yes, I do.
Who is he?
No.
Text me.
We are not breaking kayfabe today. Come on.
We break kayfabe every week.
No. Tony has one thing he would like to keep secret.
I'm not going to say. Relax.
Yeah, relax.
Two things. more for AEW, and then I'm going to talk about a little NWA stuff. Sean Spears returned to AEW Wednesday night. He had been gone because his mother passed away.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so it's nice to see him back, and apparently he's bringing back the Perfect 10 gimmick, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was dope when they basically said 10 FTR. That was awesome.
And then Renee Paquette is all elite. So Tony Khan has officially swept the WWE FS1 post show. He now has everyone from that first episode.
Well, he might not have CM Punk
Oh, that
anymore.
first episode. Okay.
He's still CM Punk's not a free agent yet, Tony. Technically, he's still under the AEW banner, buddy.
Booker T wasn't on that bad boy.
It was Paige, Samoa Joe, Renee Paquette, CM Punk, and what the fuck am I missing?
Can I ask you another question?
Daniel Bryan wasn't on that, was he?
Yes, it was Daniel Bryan. Yes.
Yeah.
When did she come out and do an interview for her first day?
Yes, it opened the show.
All right, who did she interview?
Oh Christ!
Christ, jeez.
It's not a hard question. I'm trying to make a point.
It wasn't Moxley, if that's what you're getting at.
No.
That's what you're driving. It was
who?
Tony. Who was it? You're trying to make a point here. So who was
Christian? It was Christian.
Oh, that was awesome.
Okay. So, how many questions did
Sorry,
Renee
Matt.
ask Christian?
One.
So
Maybe.
she's Tony Schiavone with blonde hair and tits. Well, Tony Schiavone's probably got tits, but you get what I'm
No,
saying.
she did something backstage too with Ethan Page, and
Yeah.
she's
All right,
doing.
how many questions did she ask Ethan Page?
I don't know how many questions has fucking Mae Valentine asked these fucking mopes.
Listen, I give Mae Valentine a lot of shit, but at least she's fucking asking more and more and more questions, and she's trying.
Tony, I don't get your point. Now, was your point that she's not?
She's
they weren't
she's
utilizing her
another-
enough?
Yeah,
Or
she's another Tony Schiavone.
All right, so maybe that means Tony Schiavone doesn't have to do what Tony Schiavone did. And now
He didn't do what he did anyway.
What are you talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sting. Sting, welcome to AEW.
I will say-
thanks, Tony.
All right,
Zip.
that's fine.
Tony's gone.
Now Tony doesn't have to leave the broadcast booth. I understand what you're saying. That every single time it seemed like Tony Schiavone got into the ring to do an interview, it only took 2 seconds for the guy to take the mic
Yep.
and then talk himself.
Yep.
So why even have Tony Schiavone there? I get that.
Correct, Ding.
So if that's your
Wait.
point,
So we could have him do more pressing things like sit on commentary going, I'm having a good time, fellas.
Well, Tony, I will curb all your worries about tomorrow night's Dynamite. That's right, people. Dynamite's Tuesday night this week.
Oh, great.
good call.
Wonderful. Does this mean the Mark Order is going to be on tomorrow night?
They will be on tomorrow night.
Will you be there
will you
joining
be on the
them?
market?
I will not be there. It's a hospital week this week. I'm at the hospital every night from 10 to midnight.
Yeah, he's
You
helping
okay?
people survive after they've watched fucking 2
Yeah.
hours of Dynamite from their heart attacks.
It's a truck event. It's hospital 2 days a week. Tony, do not worry. Tomorrow night, Renee Paquette will sit down with Brian
No, she
Danielson
won't. She'll ask one question.
and Wheeler, Utah. But not to be outdone, Tony Schiavone will also have a sit-down interview with William Regal tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful.
Who you said Cesaro and Utah?
No, Brian Danielson.
And Utah.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Tony. Wait, so why? All right. So why isn't Regal in that sit down with them? Aren't they all?
I don't write for AEW. I'm
Gives
sorry.
a shit. Asian Joe, Tony's fanfare for AEW is unprecedented. Brother, wait until we go see that fucking pay-per-view next month. I'm going to be on fire.
Oh, I can't wait.
Either can I. I cannot
Fuck
wait.
yeah, dude.
That's gonna be a good. That's
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
gonna be a great night.
Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint, Tony.
I hope this motherfucker is defending his fucking all Asian championship and he gets his fucking shit pushed in by somebody in 30 seconds. And I'm going to laugh. I'm gonna be like, oh, give me a kick. Give me a kick. Go fuck yourself.
Did you say all Asian because Asian Joe? You just read a tweet from Asian Joe.
No, it's a reference to the old All Japan Championship. So
Gotcha.
What do we want to do? What do I want to ask about Kylan King, or do we want to talk about the Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley showdown?
I can talk about that. I saw it. But if you want to go with T-Donk first,
I
didn't see
mean,
that.
if you want to do NWA like breezing through, did you watch it this week?
I did. Look, I did not. I had a lot planned for today, and then I got sidetracked by
Sorry, that was a big sneeze. Holy
You're good.
cow.
I helped the wife do a bunch of stuff, and then I just held the tools while she replaced a couple light fixtures around the house today. So that's all I'm good for.
You're like the Al Borland to her Tim Taylor.
I really am. We replaced the light in the kitchen, and we replaced the shitty light up here in the office landing with a light and a fan, and I'm literally useless. I just hold shit.
A light and a fan.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking gorgeous.
That's nice. You gotta send us pictures of that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, I know that Dak Draper, he has advanced in the NWA National Championship Tournament, the number 1 contenders tournament, so he will be wrestling Scion.
Yes.
And I know Kylan King defeated Taya Valkyrie, and she is
very pleasant surprises on both of those matches.
She is now the new number 1 contender to Camille's NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Camille. Also, they interviewed Matt Cardona, Chelsea Green, and they shit on fucking Mae Valentine, which is always welcome. We had the shit.
Did she pay good money for that?
No, I think it was gratis, as they say in Spanish.
That means free, people.
Fuck yeah. The Hex wrestled Terrence Terrell and Natalia Markova. I really didn't watch that match. Lots of Homicide on Power and USA. They're telling up this story that Homicide's becoming a bad man. He actually got into it with Kevin Keenan after he beat Doug Williams. So we're building that Homicide is an asshole kind of thing, which is it's kind of nice instead of him being the goody two shoes that he's got the junior heavyweight championship. So kind of digging that.
How many more years do you think Homicide has left in him, Tony?
Well, he's already a writer producer for the NWA.
I mean,
so.
as a performer.
No, I'm thinking, you know what? Full time at the I was gonna say maybe like 2 or 3. I think he wants to transition out maybe because he's doing so much he's been doing so much backstage for NWA for a long time now.
Right.
So you know what? He's gonna go whenever he wants to go. Can he still go in the ring? Absolutely. I think his work is it's a little slowed down, but it fits the NWA, it fits the gimmick, what he's doing. And you know what? You might be right. If he keeps going like that, he probably has another 5 years. If he's working the way he's working right now, and he's not going out there trying to kill himself,
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to say that he's old or anything like that.
No,
I was just curious because he's been another guy that we've talked about before. He's been around a long time. So at some point you got to pull the train to the station. So I was just kind of curious what you thought, Matt. Matt? You've followed him for his entire career. How many years do you think he has left in him?
I think Homicide's super smart about where he plies his trade.
Gotcha.
No, I think 5 years is a fairly reasonable ballpark to put it in. He doesn't do the crazy shit that he was doing in Ring of Honor and the Indies out here now. So, being the NWA TV champion, junior heavyweight champion, I think works well for him. My question, though, is does this story lead to Kerry Morton dethroning?
I don't know, man. It just feels like Kerry Morton's had so many opportunities, that's the weird thing about the NWA right now. We're getting Camille against Kylan King again. Are they going to keep knocking on doors until somebody finally pushes one in? You know what I'm saying?
Matt, I'll give you an answer. Weird. I'll give you an actual answer. Yes, Kerry Morton is the one that beats Homicide.
All right.
That's a lock.
You heard it here first, folks.
It's a lock.
So
that was going to happen at the last show.
So when we do picks for Hard Times 3, that will be your pick.
Well, we don't know that yet. There's a lot of time between now and then.
I mean,
I'm saying it right now, but a lot can happen between now and then.
All right.
We also
Hard Times 3 is like a freaking three-day event, right?
No,
I think it's 1 day.
1 day.
Okay.
Pretty Empowered lost a non-title match to Maddie Renkowski and Misa Kate, which I get it. They've been playing off that Pretty Empowered hasn't been on the same page all the time, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's NWA, it's old school booking, but Misa Kate and Maddie Renkowski, not really a team. So I don't know. Whatever. Tom Latimer bitching about EC3, saying he's gonna beat him up next time he sees him. Kratos doesn't think Aaron Stevens is retired. Question mark is challenging Kratos because I guess he doesn't want Aaron Stevens to have to fight him. So there's a whole thing there. We touched on Homicide Doug Williams. Good match. Homicide's becoming a dick. The Fixers in what turned into be a 3-on-2 handicap match against the Ill-Begotten and Mercurio. You know what? It's not everybody's taste. I love this fucking thing anyway because the Fixers fucking rule. There's no other way about it. I still don't like the fucking NWA United States tag belts, but at least they have the gimmick where they're dressing like the American flag and the USA colors and shit. So it all just kind of works. Here's what didn't work for me, and this is going to be the last point about the NWA. So there's this whole thing that's been going on forever between Anthony Mayweather and Jack Stane. They're supposed to close the show with a Falls Count Anywhere match, right? Or last man standing match. Anthony Mayweather comes out with his son, and he's like, you know what? I'm not fighting you anymore. I got bigger fish to fry. You know, like I'm walking away from you. And fucking Silvio, the lawyer's like, you can't walk away from him. So he's like, you know, you're going to fight him. And Anthony Mayweather's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So Jack Stane starts talking shit like, hey, kid, if your dad's not your hero, I'll be your hero. And that's bad intention. So now we got to fucking fight. And Anthony Mayweather gets beat up and Jack Stane just kind of walks off. And it's like, I don't know, like, what are we doing here? Like, it's just a weird situation, you know?
Tony, does it take you like by surprise as how far in advance they like announce the matches for their pay-per-view compared to like other companies? Because like I feel like I've been seeing like promos for like at least a month about like the matches that they have booked for the show.
What kills me is, and I've touched on it before, they will announce matches and then they will talk to people as if they don't know the matches are happening. Like they talk to Trevor Murdoch after everybody knows it's a 3-way, and they go, what do you think of Matt Cardona? You know, like he might insert himself into this match. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'll take them both on. I don't care. I'll beat everybody you throw at me. So it's like, we all knew, like, you didn't know, like, you're the fucking champ.
Yeah.
You know, they got a bad habit of doing that lately. A bad habit of doing that. Not as egregious as MLW just fucking changing belts without anybody knowing about anything. And I see Matt shaking his head because he's on board.
Oh,
dude,
we have Alex Kane next week is our guest. I'm asking him about it, man. Dude, Battle Riot was what, in June? It's October. Yeah. We still don't have a new set of MLW shows on YouTube, and they're promoting their show on the 30th in Philadelphia. Like, what are we doing here, people?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
What are we even doing?
We're going to get into Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. We're going to talk some AAA, some Impact. We're going to go down the aisle. But next, folks, he's a blue dragon monster. No, he's just a dragon monster. He's got a frog-like face. He's got green scales. He's got a pair of blue wings and a white underbelly. And he's our guest tonight. Super Thunderfrog.
Oh, wowie! What's up, baby? How we doing? Oh, look at this. Good to see everybody. Wowee, look at the toys. Oh, man, I'm already rocked up, baby. Let's go.
Mr. Thunderfrog, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Feeling good, feeling strong, rocked up from the socks up. Wowee.
Thunderfrog, are you in a rocking chair right now? What's going on over there?
I'm just rocked up, you know, right now. I gotta go. I gotta move. What's up?
What's up, brother?
I fly through galaxies, baby. You know, I gotta keep moving and shaking, if you know what I mean.
I do have to tell you, you fly through galaxies, but you do look kind of nice there wearing a polo shirt. That's a great.
Thank you. It's very long shirts.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, you like this?
That's what we call a dress.
Oh my god, dude.
We call that swag goo. Because I'm gooey. I'm a gooey frog, baby. Yeah.
I don't know how to follow up a gooey frog, but I will pose this question to you, Mr. Frog.
Let's hear it.
You have, God damn it, Frogman. Let me get this out before you. I've had a couple adult beverages, so just bear with me, Frogman.
Hey, cheers. I'm drinking LaCroix.
Oh, nice. That's a good seltzer.
LaCroix. Yes, it's limoncello flavored. It's pretty nice.
Ooh, it sounds very refreshing.
I wish it had that earthly tequila in it. You know, it pairs very nice. Mwah, sweet. But I'm being good frog today. It's still early, if you know what I mean.
We understand, Mr. Frog. We appreciate you taking the time. A couple weeks ago, last month, Thunderfrog not only got huge victory, but you got to wrestle at the Mall of America where the
Oh,
first ever Nitro was held. How was that whole experience for you, man?
oh, wow, first wrestling put this great show on with the Mall of America. It's been it's something that's been brewing for a long time, and since coming to this beautiful earth, Minnesota has been my home, and living in home, you got to understand the history, and the history, baby, wrestling. This is a wrestling town. It still is. And while there was a reason the first Nitro was there, and for some reason for 27 years, wrestling was not there. So first wrestling and Eric Cannon got together, and they made some magic. I had it was how do you say, out of body experience. I mean, coming from a super frog, that flies through galaxies and dances with all the Dairy Queens, I have lots of out-of-body experience, baby, if you know what I mean. But this was something special. I was sweating. I was dripping. It was amazing. 1,000+ people in the capital of capitalism. Loving something independent. Mind you, independent, no Ted Turner money, no feud with Mr. McMahon, none of that. It was all for the love of pro wrestling, indie wrestling, and most importantly, I like to say Minnesota wrestling. It was magical, very magical.
Interesting.
That sounds
Does that
like an
answer your
unbelievable.
question?
That answers my question, Mr. Frog. The progression. You have not always been a Super Thunder Frog. You started out as an Estonian Thunder Frog. Then you were a regular.
Yep.
Then you were a regular Thunder Frog. Then you went to
Yep.
Atomic Super
No,
Thunder
so you
Frog.
missed. I was murdered. And I was
What the
former
fuck?
frog. Yeah, it was dark time. I was murdered. Dead frog. Lost my way, lost my hammer. And then that's when I was farmer frog. I was hitting with the sloppy drop. It was good time. Got to my roots. And it Minnesota saved my life, and I reunited with Magical Hammer, and remember all the power I hold in all the galaxy and deep down inside me. And that was Farmer Frog. Now Atomic. You got to switch it up. You got to evolve. You got to be a better frog every day, baby.
When you
Who
say
knows what's next?
when you say Magical Hammer, you're talking about like your little Thunder Frog, or?
Oh, I see what you're saying there. Yes, no, it's a big hammer, and that's big Thunder Frog. But the hammer I'm referring to is Hammer of Peace. I was so graciously gifted 2 hammers now. I have very tiny hammer, and that's for for real flashy stuff, Then I have very, 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 very big hammer, and that brings a lot of pain. That drops all bad dudes. Boom. And that's how I won my match at Mall of America. I with my magical and very, very, very big hammer. And I'm not talking about little hammer, very, very big hammer.
You travel galaxies. Have you? Oh yes.
No,
yes.
No.
Wrong podcast ass, brother.
Yeah, don't tease us with a good time, Super Thunder Frog. So you travel galaxies. Have you wrestled anywhere else in the known universe that kind of was akin to like the Mall of America? Like,
that's funny you say. I think so in Minneapolis there's this place also called First Ave, and it's where the movie Purple Rain, if you're not familiar with, was filmed. And every single band that's ever picked up an instrument and said we want to be world famous literally has like played there, and it's a magical place. And I kid you not, okay, 2 out-of-body experiences, 2 out-of-body experiences in wrestling, okay. Mall of America, something that is magical. You felt the spirits of pro wrestling, there with you, and that was magical, yes. But coming out at First Ave and I come out to Prince is Thunder. It something else enters my soul, and then I feel like I'm ascending so very slow down into a whole nother world, baby. It's very rocked up, but it's a magical place. The fans are on top of you, literally on top of you, touching and banging the ring, and it's alive, it's Joe Cocker, saying there, like, let's go, real fun stuff, baby.
It's Atomic Thunderfrog. You seem like a very deep, insightful, knowledgeable person.
Very, very much so. I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary in pro wrestling. It's a long time being a super frog.
There you go.
It's a very long time, baby.
So Super Thunderfrog. Let me ask you this: Have you ever tried to impart wisdom or knowledge on other people so they could possibly one day ascend to a Super Thunderfrog?
Absolutely. I think if you're going to be a part of this wacky, crazy world of pro wrestling, baby, you have to understand we are there to give everything we got, because it's for the people, period. And they're showing up to forget and escape their good life, bad life, but escape. Feel in that moment. They want to live and die with you in that ring. They want to see you triumph and beat bad dudes. There's nothing else like pro wrestling. And I tell the youngins, you have to remember, you love pro wrestling. So it is now your job, like Tinkerbell, you have to sprinkle the love of pro wrestling to others. That's why Mall of America was very special. As a young little tadpole, I used to go to Mall of America. I would ride a bus to Mall of America to buy anything I could find pro wrestling. I would sit in Barnes and Nobles and read the Observer. I would buy t-shirts at the, Spencer's and Hot Topic. It was like, and to be there, to know Thunderfrog, may have changed and made some, little baby Thunderfrog, another realm, wants to be this magical thing that is pro wrestling. It's very, very, and you have to know the fans are first. So inspire every time you go out there, inspire. And also, it's a dangerous sport. It might be your last, your last dance, and you dance like no one's watching, baby.
Sorry, Kev.
Yeah, just one more.
Quick plug for the Frog social media at Thunderfrogger on the Twitter machine, Super Thunderfrog on the Instagram. Make sure you're following him so the fans can watch you dance like nobody's watching. Kevin, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No problem, man. You got to get the plugs in, man. Follow him on all the social media
platforms.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Yes, I
would
love that. I would love that. And tell everybody your favorite promoter. You love Thunderfrog. You want to see him bring hammer. He is a funny wrestler, one of the funniest, I think, and wow, we very, very rocked up, dude. That's all I can say.
You are so rocked up. It's got us excited. It's got us very excited. So Mall of America, we keep mentioning Mall of America. Obviously, for a lot of longtime wrestling fans, the first ever episode of WCW Monday Nitro was held there. Everyone listening to this already knows that. But when you found out that you were going to be wrestling there as a Minnesota guy, how much did that mean to you going into that event, being in the Mall of America, where the first WCW Monday Nitro, Lex Luger makes his debut there or return there?
It's like I said, it was literally magical. Like I say, I've been saying it for a long time, and that's why I love pro wrestling. And I'm very happy to be able to have this in my heart, because I say this: if I die tomorrow and there's no more Thunderfrog, I have lived a full, beautiful life, because every day wrestling brings me smiles and laughs, and just, it's magical. It's very magical. And then to be a part of something so big that has not existed in so long is magical. You can't there was a pasta mania there, dudes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not Hulk Hogan fan. Hulk Hogan, ugh, but it is magical. There was also an Aura video stand there. Ugh,
That's more yuck than Hulk Hogan, dude.
Yes, exactly.
Dude.
I got, but you know what? That stand, I got my first ever Taz T-shirt there. I got a Best of Cactus Jack in Japan there. I got just videos that I never would ever see. So the Mall of America, it's like it's home. This little tadpole grew up, in kind of the tough streets. It hasn't been easy, baby, by any means. I didn't get this body by just being regular dude.
Come on,
absolutely. As long as that little tadpole didn't get kept Rob Feinstein's hands off of him, you were good.
Oh yeah, but it was probably some other. I'm sure it wasn't that guy working there. But
I hope not.
No,
Let me ask.
no.
I'm on your.
It was all the way in Minnesota, as I understand that they had stands all over malls. So which is creepy to think about. But yes,
I'm on your social here at Thunder.
Okay, I apologize about spelling. I don't know how to read.
I gotta know though. You said book the God of Thunder, wrestling, sex, sweet buttermilk, and your mom. Why do you have to bring my mom into this?
No. I want your mom to come.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. What? Say what now, Mr.
I want your mom to come. Come see Thunderfrog.
Okay,
it's important. Because if you can love something as much as Thunderfrog, let your mom come too.
I'm all for it. You were talking about magical things, wrestling at the Mall of America. I know you spent a lot of time at the AWF.
Oh yeah.
Talk to us about your it seems like budding relationship with my man Big O Possum.
Oh, Big O Possum, it's that little big old thing just crawled out of the trash out of nowhere, and making big possumy waves and stinking up the streets of Minneapolis. But not sure if it's a good possum or bad possum. Like there's a good frog and there's a bad frog. Some frogs you want to lick and some frogs you don't want to lick. And that's how I feel about this possum. But we'll see. We made some tags together, and it seemed like cool dude.
How's the frog do with the chicks licking the frog out there in Minnesota?
Oh, what? The chicks, the dairy queens, the queens of all queens. I'm just a cute frog. As you can see, I am not Prince yet, so I'm just still rocked up frog baby.
Let me.
How far are you from?
Frog loves it all, baby.
How far are you from Elk River, Minnesota?
I don't know. Far.
Kevin always brings the heaters, baby.
Oh boy.
Well, you bring up Kevin. You say Kevin. I gotta know. AWF. Frogman, you run across that dirty son of a bitch, JJ Rogue?
Oh.
I don't. Yes, I have. No, the system, they stayed pretty much away from me. So or whatever the program, whatever their name is, the system was some old other thing. I don't know. The bad dudes know they don't want any bit of this hammer, baby. That's all I can say about that.
Do you? Is the hammer nearby?
No, baby, that thing's asleep. We had late night.
That makes sense.
It's a Monday, Frog.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Maybe they had a Sunday fun day.
Every day's a fun day when you're with the Thunderfrog, baby.
That's
so
right,
let me ask you this, Thunderfrog. You never
What's up, baby?
You never enjoyed yourself a nice bowl of Hulkaroos or Hulk U's or anything from Pastamania when you were a little Pastamaniac?
He can Hulk my butt. No way, dude.
Hulk in your butt.
What's this anger towards the Hulkster, brother?
Whoa. Don't get me going, baby. This frog is all inclusive. That's all I got to say about that.
There you go.
Brother,
Yeah. It's good.
Hulk Hogan, not so much.
Bad guy sometimes.
You know,
I
took my vitamins. I said
right.
my prayers.
Did you?
I did my stuff. And guess what? He broke my heart.
Thunderfrog.
You know?
Thunderfrog. Super Thunderfrog. I apologize.
It's okay. You cool. You can call me Thunderfrog.
All right, my man. So Eric Bischoff actually went on record saying that he wishes he was at that show. How does that make you feel?
Oh, man. You know, I'm back. I'm better than ever. Yeah, that would have been cool, you know. That would have been really cool. But he didn't. So
Yeah.
Next time, you never know.
Let me ask
so
you,
do you think there's going to be a next time? Matt, I'm so sorry.
Maybe Eric Bischoff is secret owner of, Monday Night Nitro. You never know. Maybe I think maybe Eric Bischoff might own Mall of America. I don't know.
So Thunderfrog, I know this weekend you got the 8-Town Rumble coming up Sunday, October 23rd at the Anoka Lions 10 event. And as we approach the wonderful holiday that is Halloween, what is Thunderfrog?
Trick or treat, baby.
What do you dress up for on Halloween, Mr. Frog?
Great question.
Oh, that's easy. I dress up
If
as
you say a fucking frog, I'm hanging up on you. Don't be a frog, bro. You're already a frog.
No, dude. Why would I say I dress up as a frog? I am a frog.
Okay,
that doesn't make sense, is it? Isn't that the point of Halloween, to dress up as your favorite goblin and ghoul?
I don't know. Are you too cool for Halloween? Are you like Jim from The Office?
Am I too cool for Halloween? First you say I'm wearing dress, and now you say I'm too cool for Halloween. Okay. All right. No, I'm not too cool for Halloween. And this year, it's a big surprise. What I'm going to dress up as. And guess what? You're going to have to come out to Anoka and see a Thunderfrog in his fashion-forward Halloween digs, baby. And you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's secret. I hold it to the belt. It's too early to announce what you're going to be.
What were you last year? What were you for last Halloween last year then?
I was Macho King, Randy.
Oh, you could be Macho King, but you want nothing to do with the Hulkster?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
is it because the Hulkster lost his eyes for Elizabeth?
Oh, mainly.
Wait,
and also, if you're gonna keep digging, all the great racist things he had to say about people. That's mostly why I don't like Hulk Hogan.
So we call that
suck butt.
We call that an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a great racist thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you
there, Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, suck butt, brother. Hulkster. How do you do the
suck my ass, dude?
How do you do the Macho Man with the? Where do you put the? Do you put a crown on?
Yeah, dude. You just get big. You get it's a big crown. It's a large crown, but you slide that baby on and. I look like
slide it on, dude.
You also wear
a Saturday night.
Do you wear a Macho Man dress like you're wearing today?
Oh God,
it's a Sherry dress.
Hey, you're so nice. So with that said,
Matt,
come
on, Frog.
Matt,
don't do it.
Yeah. What? Who? What? Who?
JJ Rogue paid me to say that.
Hey, tell JJ Rogue. Who are you?
Tell him suck butt. Fucking no good JJ Rogue.
Yeah, JJ Rogue's a son of a bitch. Let's get back to Super Thunderfrog though. You got
okay. It better be nice questions.
Yes, absolutely. So the AWF obviously
I play nice.
Obviously, you and Big Opossum, you fell short end of the stick for the tag titles. And we talked about your tag team experience with him. Is that the end of the road for you and the Possum, or are you guys going to
No, absolutely not. Thunderfrog lives and let lives. It wasn't Possum's fault. It wasn't Frog's fault. Sometimes you just you miss the tag and you get dropped on head, and 1, 2, 3, match is over. Ref hangs hand, raise hand, and then you go to back, and then you get real sad for a second, and then you maybe get a hot dog or leftover burgers, and then you say, wow, I wish we could have done way better, and then you say, yeah, it's next time, and then we hug, and then you do it all over again.
Wait, they're giving you leftover burgers, dude? Is that because you're hanging out with Possum?
Sometimes.
Would you be willing to table
Sometimes.
the tag team with the Possum and go after the newly crowned AWF champion Nick Nelson?
I've beat Nick Nelson a lot of times. Yes,
that's right.
Of course. Yes, absolutely. I say this. Okay, Nick Nelson, one of the greatest Minnesota wrestlers. I love to battle Nick Nelson. He puts on a hell of a fight every time, baby. I would love to tangle for the gold. It's been a while. Where you at, Nick?
Why? I see. You've never crossed paths with just this Jordan character.
Oh, whoops. No, I have not. Actually, one time, it was a long time ago, this Jordan character, he used to wrestle, and I don't know if he's probably gonna come after me if I tell you this.
Oh, we don't want that. Don't tell us. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, one time, he was wrecking shop in a ring. It was somewhere in the south region of Minneapolis, mean streets, and he was beating all these dudes up. And I came out there, and you know what that dude did?
What's that?
You know what that dude did? I dropped hammer. I dropped hammer, and then that dude kicked me in the face. Nuts.
What'd that dude do?
Yeah. So, please, I don't know if he got that superpowers he still have when he used to wrestle as Leather Daddy, but that dude, he wasn't afraid of no hammer.
You got a guy.
There's somebody that doesn't like the Hulkster. You use a lot of dudes and brothers.
It's called taking it back.
We are on the line with the Thunderfrog. Follow him at Thunderfrogger on Twitter, Super Thunderfrog on the Instagram. Thunderfrog, I ask every single guest we have on the show. I gotta ask, have you ever had a frog poopy incident?
What's that?
Or you like poop your pants?
Or you're
like in a wrestling ring?
Anywhere.
No, like anywhere.
Oh, I mean, I've pooped my pants, but not in wrestling ring. Everybody's pooped their pants. What do you mean?
When was the last time Super Thunderfrog? If you haven't
pooped your pants, then you ain't cool, baby. That's how I see it.
That's right.
Then Matt is fucking super cool.
Matt is Miles Davis, if you get the reference. There you go.
Have you ever been in the ring with somebody who's pooped their pants?
Twice. I say no names.
I don't want a name. No name, but were you in the middle of doing? Yeah.
Did Big Old Possum make a big old mess?
You can find it. I just start yelling, "You stink! You stink!"
Did JJ Rogue shit himself when you were in the ring with him? Please tell me that happened.
In and out of life, maybe all the time. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a yes. Fucking Rogue shit his pants in the ring.
That's a politically correct answer.
Oh, what? Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
He made a doo-doo, dude.
Oh boy,
brother. You know something, dude? I was in the ring with Thunderfrog, brother, and I shit my britches. Told me I stunk.
That's exactly what happened.
Then he told me I sucked butt, dude.
You tried to lift hammer, and then it just blow out the yellow trunks of his.
Dude, that's again, if you're not familiar with
Thunderfrog, hey, that's the next T-shirt. Yeah.
All right,
coming at you,
dude.
It's happening. It's already in the works. I already talked to my guy. It's happening right now.
If you are,
boom.
if you're not familiar with Thunderfrog, go to his Twitter at Thunderfrogger. There's a video pinned to the top of his account, dude. The big hammer is no joke. It's fucking giant. It's giant.
It's big. Like I said,
giant hammer, brother.
And no one's lifting that hammer, dude.
Are you the only one that can lift the hammer?
Yeah, baby.
Fucking Thunderfrog. You're the Thunderfrog. You're the best.
Hey, thank you. You're all right.
I know. We had some. There was, I know. I'm sorry.
A little bit of awkwardness.
Well, I get the money. The money talks, buddy. I got JJ Rogue's pet. He's paying for all these figures.
Oh, okay.
How
you got figures? What you sell? You got toys? You got toys there? I'm a big toy guy. I grabbed some toys. I saw the toys. Let me segue. My Earth brother got me 2 awesome toys for my birthday that just passed. Thank you. Happy birthday, Thunderfrog. Buy some stuff for me. This one look. So I was obsessed with bone crunchers. So those are my dudes. Like I'm a bone cruncher through and through. So he picked me up this little ditty.
Nice.
Got me a Sid.
Yep.
Yes,
Blue Trunks
it looks
Sid.
pretty good, pretty clean. I don't hate it. He's very nice. I love. You can see Monster Ring on the back. That's cool. I don't have one of those, but I really like one of those. Yeah, that's cool. Got me that Sid there, and then my favorite, because I believe from memory it was the first wrestling toy that I was like, I want that one, and I picked it out. Because I had some Hasbros, but I think like those were forced on to me, by
they were the best
parents. They didn't do shit. I hated Hasbros.
No, I understand. Bone Crunchers were the most playable.
Yeah, you could
figures
do a lot.
ever. Agreed.
Yeah, and there was some dumb ones, like but you
Savio Vega and the Sultan.
Yeah. Savio Vega, the Sultan. British Bulldog was all right. He at least
no. Bulldog was one of the best ever.
Sean. I love Sid. I played with I played the heck out of Sid. But
Ahmed Johnson was like the same mold as Bulldog, I believe. Ahmed's arms were a little tighter, but that was great. You could do the suplex for days with that Bulldog.
Yeah, I love that. These actually look a little wider than the ones I remember. But yes, very, very cool. Very cool stuff. And then he got me a Vader, but I don't know where that is right now.
Yeah. Vader was a good figure too.
If you don't like
I love Vader.
If you don't like the Hasbros, you gotta hate the LJNs.
Oh, I hate the LJNs.
Thank you.
Like, I'm sorry. And it's not, it's just, I literally like played with wrestling toys like nonstop. Like I loved like, and I would, after a big old spot off the top rope, I would just, remember falling, laying back and just, selling. Like there's something magical in it's just, oh, look at that. That's sexy. Don't play with me, baby.
You know who gave me this?
Oh, who?
Shining Wizards Matt.
Oh, what a sweetheart!
And underneath
you get. You
can't see it, but underneath it, I have the raw monster ring.
Oh wow,
and then I have another one upstairs in my closet.
So I had very much strict rules, my friends, if you're playing with my toys, dude, no hands over the ropes. They have to be under the ropes. Don't tear down the top rope like that, you idiot. You can't do this shit. You have to do wrestling moves.
Yes.
So
no, this shit, for those who are not listening, is literally just smashing wrestlers together.
I had no friends, because I rather, open up the bin and, have WrestleMania 35. Well, it wasn't 35, but in my head,
yeah,
it was magical.
Thunderfrog, I'm going to tell you this. Before I had monster rings as a kid, I had bone crunchers, right? I had the entire first. I had Sean, I had Razor, I had Diesel, I had Brett, Goldust, Taker. Actually, no, I don't think I had Taker, but my wrestling ring was a Scrabble board.
Yo, wow,
Like I used a Scrabble board as my wrestling ring, and I used like a napkin dispenser as my top rope, and I'll send you a
Oh,
picture of
wow.
that to prove it.
See, and that's the funny thing, because then you carried that over to backyard wrestling, and then it wasn't a ring, but then you're just doing the thing. Like
Yeah.
that's why wrestling's a magical thing, man. It's so
Agreed.
cool. Like, come on. You know what I love about fall right now? I
Ooh.
used to remember a backyard wrestling for days and hours on end, because it was nice and cool out, and you can put on a lot of clothes and leaf piles. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man.
Anywho, sorry. Toys.
No, I got carried away with the figure talk, so I apologize.
It's okay. I love toys. I do. I absolutely do.
So
My
there you go.
favorite I have, it's a double pack. Vader, Shawn Michaels, Bone
And
Crunchers.
Thrasher? Oh no.
No, just a double pack. Those two, and it has no back. It's just white, because it was the first ever twin pack. I love
Really?
it. I love it. I love it.
I did not know that.
What are you,
Yes.
Frog? Are you collecting any of the current stuff today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love the elites. I also fell in love, like, during pandemic time. I really got into the classics, the Jack classics, baby.
Jack classics.
Those they made some really, really, really cool ones. Prized Possession, Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler double pack, and then Andy Kaufman single. I hold those deep to my heart,
Dude,
Did you happen to catch Tales from the Territory last week?
No, that's out. I did not know.
Yeah, they did a whole episode on Kaufman and Lawler.
Okay, wow, I know what I'm doing when I get off of this, baby.
Yeah. Apparently it's on
I'm-
YouTube.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Nice.
There you go, buddy. Dude, I would
Nice.
love to have you back and talk wrestling figures for like another hour. But
Let's do it, baby.
I didn't know
also-
that. I
got
didn't know he
this-
was an enthusiast, an aficionado.
Right now, I'm using for this iPad stand here. I got the Eddie Guerrero in the lowrider pop Funko there, dude.
Like, look at me. I'm
Look at that.
crazy
You
over
got
here.
some Backlund. You got some Heyman. What is that? What is that guy? Is
That's
that
a Mean
Heyman?
Gene. LJN.
Oh, it's Mean Gene, LJN.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh baby.
What in
Wah,
the
wah, wee,
hell
wah.
are you supposed to do with that as a toy? Literally. A
I-
guy doing this?
I let him cut
It's
promos.
a freaking emoji.
I let guys cut
Huh?
promos with him.
Okay, just
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm with Thunderfrog. The LJNs are shit.
No, I loved them. Loved them.
Can't do anything with them. They're just hunks of rubber. You
You-
hit fucking Tony in the head with it. You call it a
That's
night.
where your imagination
exactly.
comes
Yeah,
in.
Yeah, they're better as a weapon for your younger brother than anything.
Thunderfrog will knock you out with the hammer, or Greg Valentine, Brutus Beefcake.
LJNs, yeah.
LJNs.
I wonder if anyone's done that yet in a hardcore match. LJNs, that would probably hurt. I think that would puncture your liver or something.
That's a
Maybe.
great question. Oh, I know it's been done with Bone Crunchers. I know that.
I know Bone Crunchers. I believe Hasbro's too, even.
Oh, you gotta be. I would get so mad if you did that with Hasbro's. Because they're
Yeah,
so
they
much
would-
more
they would
valuable than
hurt
Bone
too.
Crunchers.
Yeah, which is heartbreaking, but you never know. All right, dude. I have to leave.
Yeah. No, we're good,
How,
Frog.
how long am I supposed to stay?
No, you can leave. You could have left whenever you wanted. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, hit the bricks, Thunderfrog.
I know you guys are itching to talk about like hardcore, like real non-comedy wrestling, but I thank you very much to letting this Thunder God be on here. I know it's very special. And I love all of you fans, and I love podcasts. I think they're beautiful. I thank you guys. I know they're a lot of work. I've been wanting a podcast for a long time, and I'm just too lazy for that. Like, it's very it's hard work. You guys, it's very cool.
Well,
Thank you
Mr.
for
Frog,
having me.
anytime you want to come back on and shoot shit or talk about flies,
I would
or-
love to. I would love to.
we would be
I
more
would
than
love
happy
to.
to have you back
I
on.
would love
At
to.
Thunder
I would love to. We
Frogger
can
on
get in
the
like
Twitter.
a deep, intense conversation about the pros and the cons
of
Pros and cons of LJNs, Hulk Hogan,
all of it.
Pastamania,
All of it.
frogs.
Yeah, frogs.
Pro wrestling.
Ah, that's right.
Okay, well, I mean, we could cover it all, brother.
Thank you for having me. Hope everyone has a great Halloween holiday. I hope everyone is staying healthy, drinking your water, telling your parents you love them, and even if you don't, trying to find a place in your heart to love them. Remember, wrestling is very, very cool, baby. Stay rocked up.
Love it.
Thunderfrog, thank you so much. We'll talk soon, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Thunderfrog.
Mr. Thunderfrog.
I got deep at the end there.
That was awesome. He was a maniac.
It was
I
fun.
wish it didn't take till like the last second of the show to realize how much he liked wrestling toys.
Now we have something to go back to.
Maybe a little bonus ski.
He was awesome. Be sure to follow
Right.
Thunderfrog at Thunderfrogger on the Twitter, at Super Thunderfrog on Instagram.
Oh,
Where do you guys
boy.
want to go? Where do you guys want to go from here?
To the bathroom.
All right, Kevin wants to go to the bathroom. I'll do some Patreon plugs, and then we'll do a quick Triple Mania recap because I know I know Kevin watched the show on Fight, and then we will go into our Wizards Rewind. So at this time, we want to take a moment to thank those that support us over at our Patreon, patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. For as little as $1 a month, you, the fan, can support the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. That $1 a month gets you mentioned every week on this great show. And then $3 a month gets you content from our bonus archives. $5 a month, we will plug your social media. $10 a month, you are entered into a monthly drawing where you get to be a part of the show. Brendan Bergen, no, Brandon Haney was part of the show last week for Down the Aisle. Ryan Schlong was here for our interview with Clark Connors, and David Henry Bauer III will be part of our November podcast. In what aspect, we do not know. We'll touch base with him once he is settled in Texas. We're happy to hear he had safe travels down there, and he stopped and he saw our boy Milwaukee Tom on the way. At this moment, we're going to thank those that support us over at our Patreon. I almost said Twitter. Man, I had breakfast, and now I've had 2 of these Angry Orchard drinks, and I'm a little toasted. So I apologize. But now, those who support us on our Patreon: Kathy Hummer, the Queen of the Shining Wizards; Manny Crazzo, King of the Shining Wizards; Danny Rusinello, at not Danny Russ on the Twitter machine. Please make sure you're following him. Anthony Rusinello, Sean Toe, Sean Calejo, Kate the Great Hensler, at Miss Kate Fabe over on the Twitter machine. She's doing the Mark Order podcast on Wednesdays. She's doing Sour Graps on Tuesdays. She's doing SmackDown Rampage recaps on Fridays for Fightful. Kate is everywhere. She's doing commentary for Excite Wrestling up in upstate New York. Kate is just doing it all. So follow her at Miss Kate Fabe. Matt Garifo, no relationship to the KJG, at WhoDatMatt81. Christine Friesendorf. Mark Parloni. Happy birthday, Mark. Jay Kopp, the Big Cop of Pump. Thomas Copps, the Mott Spock, at High Five Tom on the Twitter machine. He does the Mark and at ROH Revelry podcast with William Mercier Jr. It's definitely worth something checking out. Michael Hammond, Matthew Birch, Braden Bergen, at Enfuego30, our number 1 fan from Iowa. Brendan Haney, Ryan Schlong, he's over there repping the Mark Order, at Mark Order Pod on the Twitter machine. Asian Joe, David Henry Bauer III, his pal Antonio Horseman, makes experimental music at harvestmanrecords856.bandcamp.com/music. Mike Peterson, at LOL Mike Peterson. I Dunk Biscuits. Be sure to follow them. Daily Smark, dailysmark.com, at the Daily Smark. The Daily Smark helps find the latest wrestling news along with up-to-the-minute daily podcast. Don't forget, we deliver YouTube videos to keep you in the loop. What are you guys doing?
That's me.
Why?
Because I wasn't sure if what remove from the stream actually meant.
Kevin Rogue at Year of Pod, at JJ Rogue Means, at TOTS Pod, and last but certainly not least, he's got a Twitter handle at W Mercier Jr., the one, the only, William Mercier Jr.
Lives are gonna be in William Mercier's hands. You know what I mean?
Kevin, I know what you mean.
Sorry about that.
What are you eating there, T-Donk?
Rice cakes, baby.
Right?
I'm gonna do some mukbanging.
Oh, you're gonna mukbang? Delightful. Look at this guy. He's doing it all tonight.
Weren't you supposed to do a mukbang with the Kirks?
I would love to. I just don't know how that's gonna happen.
Well, considering you and Kirk don't really get along, I mean,
Me and Brand.
well,
We get along
well,
just fine.
Mr. Kirk.
He was here. He came to the house for a show.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware.
We got along. We get along just fine.
Kayfabe, bro.
He's got bigger things to worry about. He's got to worry about Mads Kruger picking up his lady, scooping her up.
Ooh.
Listen, man. You want to be a world champion and wrestle with the big boys. Shit like that's gonna happen.
I guess so. We're going to talk a ton of MLW next week. But, Tony, there's a couple things we need to talk about here. We got this Fightland card coming up. It's recently been announced that the New Era British Bulldogs will be in the house.
The Billington Bulldogs, right?
Yeah. It will be Davey Boy Smith Jr. and his cousins Thomas and Mark Billington taking on next week's guest, Alex Kane, Myron Reed, and Mr. Thomas.
You mean the Boomaye Fight Club?
That's what they're known as.
That's right.
Fuck yeah, dude.
They also MLW, that is, seem to have a new deal with Pro Wrestling TV that will kick off in November. So I don't know what this means for MLW Fusion on YouTube, but I know November, Thursday nights at 8 p.m., we will get to see MLW Fusion. It will continue to air on BN Sports on Saturdays, but Thursdays, 8 p.m. on Pro Wrestling TV is the latest announcement.
Wonderful.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
You
Thrilled.
should be.
Can't wait.
That's
I
your
shit my
jam.
pants just thinking about it.
You shit your pants.
Fuck yeah.
How dare you tell fucking Thunderfrog I was the king of shitting my pants when you shit your pants definitely more recently than I have.
More recently, sure, but yeah, I feel like you have greater frequency.
I don't know, dude. It's been a while since I shit my pants.
Dude.
right?
No, Matt,
You shit your pants, brother.
Matt just has one really good story, and that's why I think that it makes it seem like he doesn't.
No, Matt's had a few good stories over the years. Come on.
I think
Your
the one
ears,
though.
dude.
I think the
Dude.
one though is the best when he's like
Wait.
literally right in his bathroom and
Yeah,
doesn't
but come
make
on,
it.
dude. Pizza truck, Target. Come on. He's had a few.
Yeah,
he's had
Target
a few
was a
shows.
long time ago. Dude, you're like, oh, I had to reset the clock. And that was like 2 weeks ago, dude. Where?
Yeah, but-
I was at breakfast.
Yeah, but that's at my kitchen table. That's not like out and about in public.
Still shit your pants.
Kitchen table.
This is fair.
You shit it more than I do.
I don't know. I think we'd have to compare notes on that one.
Can I take a piss before we start?
No. Who do you
No,
fucking
yes, you
think you
can.
are?
Of course you
dickhead.
can. We just did.
Made me fucking talk about Orange Cassidy for 20 minutes. Now you got to go take a
I didn't
piss.
make you talk about Orange Cassidy for 20 minutes. That was probably a 7-minute conversation that segued into question mark 2 in the NWA. That's how we do things. We are professionals here.
That's right.
Professionals
play-
going to leave the show to take a piss.
Well, at least you motherfucker, son of a bitch.
I may have done the stupid things with the video, but that was all T-Donk being a jerk.
What? What are you talking about being a jerk?
You're a jerk.
I'm not a jerk. Now I'm a jerk. What's up, Kevin?
Hi to all 4 of you.
Dude.
watching right now.
Dude, like, what else we gonna talk about? I really don't give a shit about anything else. I want to talk about this fucking this Wizards
I know
Rewind.
you're like jonesing to talk about this.
Dude,
pile
I want to
driving.
talk about it so badly.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was suspect on this at first because I didn't even know the thing existed.
Yeah, dude, never be sus when it comes to old school wrestling with me pulling shit out of mothballs,
But
dude.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This may have been, on one hand, the most ridiculous thing I've ever watched, but also on the other hand, the greatest thing I've ever watched.
So here's the sad part, right? Like I didn't even go looking through some of my, like last time you guys were here, I gave Matt a lot of my old shit. And I
Right.
know that I would not have given him
Give him
the
a lot of your
Pile-
new shit too.
Yeah, but like I would not have given him the Piledriver video, and it was my brother's, but I don't even know if he still has it. And
Matt
that's a
probably
sad
does.
thing.
No, Matt probably still does. We can ask him when he gets back.
Oh no, he probably has his own copy. But what I'm saying is, like, my brother had a copy.
Oh, I
and
thought you said you gave him yours.
No. I would have held that back for sure.
Okay.
There's a few things that I would have held back on purpose. That definitely would have been one of them. But I don't even know if I remember seeing it to hold back. To be honest with you,
Dude, it's a master. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was. I waited till like the very last minute to watch it so I wouldn't forget anything about it. It was a masterpiece.
yeah, and it's pretty much how it's exactly how
in its
I
own
remembered
weird
it.
way. It was a masterpiece.
It's
But we're not there
exactly how
yet.
I remembered it.
But we're not there yet.
Oh, hopefully, we're there soon.
No, we gotta listen, Tony. I watched the freaking ridiculously interesting Lucha Libre pay-per-view.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So let me ask you this.
Okay, go for
So
it.
I know a few things for sure. I know Taya Valkyrie retained her championship. I also know that Sam Adonis's team won, but yet didn't
Yes.
win the trios titles.
Yeah, and I
What
guess
kind of French fried titty fuck bullshit is this?
no. Here's the deal,
Brother.
When I heard them read the rule, and first of all, listen, there was a lot of stuff that bothered me about this show. And listen, I'm flying as blind as I possibly can into AAA. Like I know nothing about AAA, but there was so much that immediately bothered me about this show that, like, even to them, like, explaining the rules, like, just because the team had to pin the champions, which made no sense when the winning team, John Morrison, Brian Cage, and Sam Adonis, decided, hey, we'll just pin the non-champions and not win the belts.
Yep.
So like that, like we're jumping ahead a little bit, but that like blew my mind, like how that could honestly even be a thing in a match where your main purpose in professional wrestling is to win championships, and you just don't do it. And maybe it's different. Again, I'm flying blind to the Lucha Libre right now. So maybe it's different down there. Maybe they think that it's earning your shot by just winning the match and taking whatever you can. Matt, do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't. I was going to ask how, because I didn't see the show. I do know the results, and I knew that the winning team, the only way the title could change is the champions were pinned.
Right. And I'm shocked that Sam didn't correct us on that last week.
But I was going to ask how the English commentary did, explaining the stories and such.
Well, first of all, the feed sucked for the first, and I didn't watch it live. I streamed it later on. It's all right. So you know how like Kevin Kelly sometimes and that other dude, the British dude,
Chris Charlton,
they do their commentary remotely, right, Matt?
Yes.
These guys also.
It depends on the situation. So right now they're in Japan.
These guys also, Larry Dallas and I'm sorry, I don't know the other guy's name.
Joe Dombrowski.
Dombrowski is the name, something like that. And they did it remotely from two different places, obviously. And I know it just didn't sound great. And Larry Dallas is a very polarizing guy. Former guest of the show. I never had a personal problem with him ever, but it wasn't great. So like, I'm not trying to shit on anybody, but it was just like it sounded like commentary that you knew they were doing from their houses.
Matt.
So like, if that makes any sense, to take away from this is supposed to be the WrestleMania. Sam Adonis sold me on this show. Like, he's the reason why I purchased this show. So I wanted to make it as WrestleMania-y as possible, and it just didn't come across that way at all. Like at the end, not till the end. The end was like tears, like a flowing. But it was just bizarre, and God, and the freaking Titan, and the way that it was shot, like the way that it was filmed, like everyone like talked about how Vince McMahon wanted like hard cuts all the freaking time on WWE shows. The way that was shot was brutal. Like and the entire Titantron, for lack of a better term, was a freaking commercial. It was a billboard for something, and it completely distracted me from the match because every 5 seconds there was a different ad on the freaking Titantron while matches were going on, and they cut to that. Their hard cam faces the Titantron, like faces it, and there's a commercial on it every single time. So they're cutting away from outside ring action, match action, and I'm watching a commercial for God, I don't even know what. There's like little cartoon, like looked like Mr. Magoo was coming up out of his freaking shell and like coming up on top of the Titantron. Well, I'm trying to watch what was I think a pretty good match, but I don't know because I can't see all of it.
So
Very
would
hot.
you order another AAA pay-per-view?
If it's $20 like this was, $22, $23, I'd give it another shot. But this is supposed to be their biggest show. So like that kind of probably negates me ordering another one. I just did it because Sam Adonis totally sold me on it. And
So if you had to equate it to another wrestling show, what would you equate Triple Mania 30 to?
nothing, I don't think. Honestly, nothing. Like WWE shows were better. Again, this was the wrestling was fine. Like there was a lot of stuff I didn't like, but that's just preference. So who knows? And it's just a lot of me not knowing how Lucha Libre really is, or how Lucha Libre USA or AAA usually is. So like there was good stuff. Like Phoenix and Vikingo, who I didn't even knew existed until the PWI 500 came out, and apparently he's one of like the best wrestlers in the world. That was dope. And the fact that they had, his dad there. Apparently he's Hijo del Vikingo. He's not the actual original Vikingo, but that's his father. But they don't call him that. So they just that was dope. That match slapped, to say what the kids say. And then the end when Viano 4 got his mask taken off. The best part about that match was the ending and the ceremony. A lot of blood in that match, which I didn't realize AAA was very renowned for their blood. There was a lot of blood in a lot of stuff. The Taya match, there was blood. There was blood. There was a lot of blood. Cibernetico Pagano, mamma mia, bro. That first of all, Cibernetico. I don't know if you guys remember. He was like the WWE's answer to like WCW's luchadors, and I never thought that I'd see him in like this big a spot. And he was, and it was dope. He didn't have a mask. He wore a mask on at first, beat up Conan and nonsense. But that match was insanely bloody. Thumbtacks, all the nonsense, the whole nine. So I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I don't want to like harp on it too much. There was some good stuff. There was some weird stuff that I didn't expect. But again, flying totally blind into AAA. So Sam Adonis, kudos. You got AAA to get my $23.
So you probably, it's safe to say you're out on AAA.
I can't never say I'm out on anything, to be honest with you. Like I'd say I'm out on NWA and then I watch it like every week. Like I'm out on MLW one week and then I watch it the next week. I mean, most of it is for the sake of the show, but I could end up loving it next week. Who knows?
All right, very good.
Price check on Larry Dallas being a former guest of the show. Price check on Larry Dallas being a former guest of the show.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, you did.
Should I not have?
Well, he was not a guest of the show.
He was not a guest of the show?
No, I don't care if you mentioned Larry Dallas or not. It's just that he was never a guest on the show.
I got no qualms with Larry Dallas, but he was never on the show.
Me either.
Then how do we know Larry Dallas?
Because of Tier 1 and Dave LaGreca.
And we ran into it. Me and you ran into him at MSG.
Yep.
All right. So he never did a pop in.
Nope.
Guys, you guys are impressive.
Well, we try.
That's right.
You keep us on our toes, Kevin.
Listen,
for sure.
I'm the stepchild. I get it.
So if you had to recommend 2 matches from this, are they the Phoenix Vikingo and Pentagon Viano 4?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Off the top of my head, yeah, for sure.
Did you see? I don't know if you punched out or if you cared, but there was post-match shenanigans.
I probably punched out after once I saw like the announcers were kind of back on the stage talking about stuff. I punched out.
Well, our very good friend Joey Janela, along with Alex Colon and Gringo Loco, attacked El Hijo de Vikingo backstage.
I did not see that, and I did not see. Apparently, Flip was there too, and I didn't see that either.
Was he wrestling as Flip, or was he under a mask? Because they do that.
You do.
So there's a concept they do, Kevin, and it wasn't on the show, where AAA works with Marvel. There's some kind of deal there.
Oh, all right.
So the pre-show,
whoa,
they do, like, I know Brian Cage is dressed up as Wolverine. Johnny Morrison was somebody else. They all kind of don these very generic Marvel costumes that are not authentic. They're kind of look like knockoff ones, Captain America-esque things. Right. And they are part of the pre-show. So maybe Flip did that.
Oh, maybe. I did not see that. And I watched from the beginning of the broadcast. So
yeah,
what was afforded to me?
Yeah, it's not something they put on the broadcast. Let me see if he was on there. Excuse me. Let's see.
Nice.
That was like I thought that was Tony.
They don't say. Was he in the third? Was he in the third? He was in the 13-person Copa Bardal Triple Mania match.
I did not even see that. That wasn't on the
No, it was the dark. It was Black Taurus won. He beat Electroshock.
That match. I'm sorry. Am I confusing Impact with AAA? No. Okay. So no, it was. Yeah, I'm confusing Impact with AAA.
Dude, this is the 13-man match with Nino Hamburguesa.
Oh, of course.
And Mr. Iguana and Lady Shani and Flip Gordon and Aerostar and Jack Evans.
Oh my God. This sounds like a fucking Crash episode of MLW.
I got Tony gets all annoyed.
Ugh.
Like just by the mention of somebody's name, not even like what happened. Like just like
yep, that's all it takes. Dude, I'm too old to sort shit out. I either hate it or I like it, and that's it. I move on.
Really? Some sort of personal vendetta with any time we mention something, you just like
yep. Ugh. Cocky. Ugh.
There you go. Well, so that was but dude, Matt, if you watch like literally the billboard on the Titantron was obnoxious as shit. Like I'm not like that's if anything persuades me from not doing it again, it'll be that.
I mean, that's fair. I understand.
Yeah. So
I understand.
That they probably have some sort of deal where they got paid a whole lot of money by all these sponsors and they just had to keep it on the Titantron the entire time. Brutal assassin.
I brought it up when we were talking to Thunderfrog. You guys see the Tales of the Territory this week?
Yep. Good times.
It was good. It was well done. The Kaufman and
Lawler.
It was well done. They told the story well.
More than maybe like the movie did, more than because the story's been told a million times.
Yeah, I think so, because you got Jimmy Hart who was in the know, and Jerry Jarrett who knew what was going on, and obviously Lawler's there, and the Double J's running the conversation. So they did a good job of painting the picture how it all came together and how it all kind of came to an end with Andy's untimely death, and
right.
It was good stuff. It was really good.
It was sad watching him cut that promo on the Jerry Lawler show where he's coughing and then he apologizes for coughing during the interview. That was fucking rough, dude. Because like you knew at that point it was borrowed time. It was fucking sad. Although I also found it pretty funny where Jimmy Hart was kind of like his handler, and every time they wrestled, they'd have to go to Graceland and go meditate in front of Elvis Presley's house.
It's fucking weird.
He was a weird egg, man. Kaufman loved doing the meditation stuff.
But it was good. If you get a chance, check it out. I know that Vince McMahon thing is tomorrow night too. That Vice documentary before they do the AW. I think it's the AWA tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Is that Vince McMahon thing confirmed? Because I thought I read something today that they still haven't announced the date for it. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong.
I mean, I don't know about there's a couple different ones. I know the Netflix one is still going.
Hey, let me ask you this before we move on. Do you think the Andy Kaufman story is better or worse had Vince McMahon agreed to go forward with him? Because the whole thing is Vince turns him down, and then Bill Apter's the one like, hey, I know the Jarrett's down in Memphis. You want to, want me to reach out to him? And, Bill Apter kept that ball in motion even after McMahon told him, you know what? It's kind of like not our thing.
Two things for you real fast. Let's close up this one. Kevin's right. Vice does not have this Vince McMahon thing listed at all. It's the replay of the first 2 episodes of Tales from the Territory.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's get that out of the way. Now let's see, Jerry Lawler.
Well, Tony, while Matt's looking for that,
Yeah, because that's the go ahead, Kev.
Tony, to answer your question, I think like this story is so epic that despite like the exposure maybe Vince McMahon and WWF could have gotten it, I don't think it could have been any better than what it was. Like it could have got more eyes on it, but it was so good that like I don't think Vince McMahon could have done it better.
Yeah, and I think the fact that the Memphis Territory had crowds where kayfabe was alive and well.
Yeah.
And you didn't have, I mean, not to say that kayfabe didn't exist in New York, but it seemed like they were much more passionate, aggressive, like if you fuck our guys over, we're going to riot kind of people. I mean, I know you saw it in New York, but you didn't see it quite as much in later years. Like you would still see in the other territory.
When you're on Letterman, you're seeing it everywhere. Like, so.
Well, I don't think they talk about it in the show, Kev. Letterman was not.
Letterman was
that
he was
show
a baby.
Letterman on the map.
Yeah, this show did more for Letterman than Letterman did for the show.
All right.
Yeah, and I didn't know that either at the time, but they made a point to say that. Like, yeah, Letterman was brand new to this shit.
But even so, maybe we're talking about this through like nostalgia lenses. Like maybe Vince McMahon could have done it better. Who knows?
Well, but it's not Vince that we know. It's his father. It's old man Vince.
Oh, then I have no idea. Then no.
Yeah, so it's 1982. Who's the guy for
That's the other thing.
If Vince Senior takes it, who's the guy? Backlund? Putski?
Yeah.
So we're talking no Lawler. We're talking Andy Kaufman and someone else.
Yeah. So what if Vince Senior says, "Yes, I want to do this with you"? Who's the guy that makes it work with Kaufman?
Not Backlund. Backlund's too.
Yeah, Backlund would work. And Hogan was still 2 years away from this.
And Vince McMahon Jr. or not Jr., but Vincent K doesn't have anything to do with the company at this point in '82.
He's just an announcer.
Maybe,
and it doesn't work with somebody big. Like it doesn't work with like a Hogan or an Andre or somebody that size.
Maybe like Fred is Freddie Blassie still a thing?
Yeah, but he was always a heel.
Okay, so I'm sorry, because Jerry Lawler is the top babyface in Memphis. All right, so
and he has to be a babyface because
you're right, because Kaufman's such a douche. You're right. Okay.
I mean, listen. To be honest with you, McMahon fell into like the perfect storm just a couple years later with Captain Lou, Cyndi Lauper, Piper, Hogan, Mr. T, that whole thing. I don't know if Kaufman works.
This is like a whole down the aisle, like literally, like this is a whole other like episode.
Well, then maybe we should hold on to this. This is interesting.
Yeah, but Tito, Junkyard Dog, Tito,
Junkyard. From what I found, this is the 1982 men's roster.
Okay,
Alpha, Andre, Big John Studd, Bob Backlund, Bob Orton, Buddy Rogers, Chief J. Strongbow, a very young Kurt Hennig, Don Morocco, Greg Valentine, Ivan Putski, Mr. Fuji, Lou Albano, Johnny Rod, Snuka, Pat Patterson, Pedro Morales, Ray Stevens, Rick Martel, Rocky Johnson, S.D. Jones, Sika, Superstar Billy Graham, Tony Atlas.
It might have.
Maybe it works with Putski or Atlas. Maybe.
I'm thinking, Tony. I'm thinking. I'm going back. I'm thinking Backlund.
Backlund just wasn't over the way you would think he was, though.
But as opposed to like the only other person that was more over than him at that point. Now the ideal situation would have been Bruno, but that was clearly never going.
Holy shit! You know what? Maybe they entice Bruno to come back for something like this, but I don't know if Bruno works with a TV star. I don't know if that's a thing.
He was a TV star.
Who? Bruno?
Bruno.
No, but I'm saying like I don't know if Bruno, with his protection of the business, would want to work with a Kaufman.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's possible, but I don't.
But I mean, the only other person that was probably more over than Backlund at that time would be Andre.
And I don't think Bruno would be afraid to do like the kind of stuff that Lawler did. Like, dude, Bruno puts Kaufman in the Italian backbreaker, and he fucks up his back, practically the same as the pile driver.
Right. That imagine if it's I know I mentioned Bruno, I brought it up, so you're running with it, which is good. I think it would be great. But imagine if like we get 94 Backlund in 82. And
yeah, but then he's a heel.
No, he is a heel, but we see the aggression out of Backlund. Like we saw, like what if it's Backlund slapping Lawler in the face or slapping Kaufman in the face?
I don't know if that works. I think Kaufman's got to be the heel.
What about
Lawler slapped Kaufman in the face?
Yeah, because Kaufman was talking shit about the business. That's why.
So I'm switching places. If Backlund did it, that would show an aggression and an edge to Backlund that we wouldn't have seen otherwise, probably.
Yeah, but
Pedro.
No, maybe Pedro.
Nah, Pedro doesn't work.
Tony, whoever said Backlund first, Matt, was that you? I'm thinking Backlund.
No, I think I just ran down the list of guys.
Someone said Backlund first. I think maybe Tony.
Look, you could do Pedro. You could do Putski.
Putski might work.
Putski could work because while Putski is like wider, he's still shorter, and so
and you have to remember, Kevin, it's your gimmick too. Kaufman went after the stupidity of people in the South. He could easily have turned it into, if he was in the WWF, he could have easily turned it into something against Mexican people or Polish people.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
Memphis, Tennessee, like
that's fair because you're gonna go after somebody from Princeton, Minnesota, like Backlund. All right, that's fair. The whole gimmick was about the South and doing that stuff. All right,
holy shit! Imagine he comes out throwing tortillas in the crowd or some shit like that, or with a big sombrero and a mustache. Holy fuck,
yeah,
dude!
But the thing is, on Page, like, I mean, Jerry Lawler was like bigger than Andy Kaufman, and everyone was bigger than Andy Kaufman. But like, I just don't see it.
Pedro
was
5'10".
Yeah, Pedro's not a big. I mean, he
was big.
Bruno's not really tall either. Like Bruno's like 5'11". He may be 6 feet tall if he's on his toes.
You know what? I think this whole conversation leads to the fact that it just all circles back to that. It was so perfect with Lawler.
It was a perfect storm. It really was.
Yeah, it would have to be Bruno or nothing. I think now at this point.
I don't know, man. It's 1982. There's a lot of shit that Kaufman could have gone after with the right guy.
Again,
would have made it work. You know, there's no melt, there's no observer, there's no internet. It's 1982. So it's like you had to be at the Garden. Like they're gonna do it at the Garden, right? You had to be at the Garden. Andy Kaufman shows up at the Garden and he fucking mocks Pedro Morales for his Mexican heritage. After he beats 100 women wrestling or whatever, you know, like it could have gone 100 different ways.
Right. Pedro is Puerto Rican, by the way.
Yes, okay. That's right. Yeah. But the initial question was, could it work better than it did in Memphis? And to me, I think the answer is still no. Right?
Was that? I think that's the question. Does it work better in Memphis or does it work with somebody from the WWF?
I think hindsight is 2020. I think it wouldn't work with anybody other than Lawler. It was just too magical.
I don't disagree, but again, Tony raised the question because in the doc, it brings up the point that he went to Vince McMahon Sr. with the idea first.
Dude, I can literally ponder on this and think about this for freaking ever. And I know you just ran down the roster, but like I don't see anyone that you mentioned, unless like Tony said Bruno comes back or Backlund or somebody like.
I think Bruno was that over. You might be able to capture something there, but even that would be a tough sell, I think. You'd have to get Bruno on board, and I just don't know if he would do it.
And I mean, Bruno came back in in 85 or 83, 84, 85, and he was relegated to a battle royal. Like, you know what I mean? So like, how seriously did they treat Bruno later on? Maybe what 82.
They would bring Bruno in just to pop a house.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I agree with that. Like, oh man, that's such a great question. That might be mama. That's like the highlight of brain freeze questions ever assembled.
You're welcome. See, I got a few good ideas.
You have great ideas.
I know. Just like our Wizards Rewind is a wonderful idea.
Oh yeah, was it ever? So Tony was so kind to present us with this Wizards Rewind. I don't know why I can't. There it is.
Wizards Rewind.
So peek behind the curtain. Every month is an eternal struggle between the three of us to figure out what we're going to do with these rewind shows. And Tony had floated the Piledriver VHS, and I will not lie. I had no idea what to expect out of this. I know last week Kevin thought it was a documentary.
That's right.
Well, all right. So let me ask you this before we get into it. How many of the videos that were included on the tape do you guys remember seeing as a kid?
As a kid?
Yeah.
None of them.
Really? Like you don't remember seeing any of them on like a main event or like a Superstars or anything like that?
I remember
we did see the Honky Tonk Man video when we watched Superstars a couple months back.
Okay, but that's not as a kid.
No, I'm just saying, like they did air these things periodically, and I'm pretty sure they aired Demolition during one of the Saturday Night's main events.
So I remember. So here's what I remember about it, and specifically Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, which I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on the show before. I don't want to jump too much ahead, but I remember them playing that at events, like at house shows. They would play it on the screens that were there. And this was like, we're talking like 1991, 92. Like they would still have that played like before the show started. They would play like Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. I believe I remember them playing Jive Soul Bro. But other than that, like, no, I don't remember any of these as a youngster. But of course, since being a degenerate wrestling fan for 38 years, you catch up.
My brother and I watched the shit out of this thing. Like we watched this nonstop. If we had nothing else to do on a Saturday, we pop into VHS. We just watched it like crazy. So I pretty much remember this thing front to back, exactly how it was when we watched it again just this past week. And it's amazing. It's amazing. A little bit of a trivia question though for you. Piledriver is the only wrestling album associated with the WWF that never came out on CD. Never. And as far as I'm aware, this was like the only tape that was ever released that was based on one of the albums where they had videos for most of the songs. This is an anomaly, man. This is a crazy piece of WWF history. It really is.
I mean, it was surreal. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you know who probably wasn't real? I don't know who fucking George Stevens is, but I couldn't find fuck all about this asshole.
He's a gigantic tool is what he is.
I mean, I didn't...
Hey, Rick Derringer plays a mean guitar also. I'm a weirdo.
How dare he put fucking warnings on the Honky Tonk Man's video? What a fucking knob this guy is.
So the warnings were like not warnings. They were just like when you see the like underscore of like remember MTV when they had like the credits, not the credits, but like it was literally in the lower third. It was like, so and so, this is the song title, this is the record label, this is that. That's what I thought it was.
No.
But then afterwards he comes back and says, I just had to make sure I let you guys know.
Yeah, no.
This was heavily edited.
Yeah, it was specifically the Honky Tonk Man video. He had a little scroll across the bottom, or it was like a text, and it said, the Honky Tonk Man paid everyone in the video for their appearances. I'm like, what a shit move to do. What a terrible thing.
But it played to Honky Tonk Man being a douche.
Of course. But that bugged me. I'm like, you know what? What an asshole. Oh boy. So Matt, you didn't like George Stevens?
No, George Stevens was stupid. I did enjoy the overly blatant racism pre Jive Soul Bro.
Oh, when he's eating the bucket of fried chicken and
the camera couldn't get any fucking closer to his mouth. Holy shit.
but like
unnecessary.
Excuse me, Mr. Slick, are you gonna pay for that?
Slick Stir.
On,
Mr.
dude.
Slick Stir. Oh, I took notes, Tony.
Well, you want to start from the beginning with the title track, Piledriver, sang by the one and only Coco Beware.
Bro,
Dude, out of all the people in this video,
yes.
Why is fucking Coco Beware the fucking lead vocalist?
Because he's the only one out of all of them that knows how to sing, dude.
And I'll tell you right now, Tony, hot take. He can't sing.
Really?
No. He does the like we go to Stand Back later on, but he does the Vince Man like that's all, that's his gimmick. That's all he can't sing. He's a gimmick singer.
Listen to him when he sings the chorus to If You Only Knew.
I know Tony, I know exactly. And he does a little vibrato on the end of the U.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he's got. Anyone can do a
come
vibrato.
on, dude.
No, he stinks.
All right, let me ask you this. Who would you have had sing Piledriver instead of Coco Beware?
Nobody.
Wow. So you would have just said, fuck this album altogether.
Because at the time, dude, we're talking about pro wrestlers here. We're not talking about like musicians here. Yeah, they might dabble in the hobby here and there, but Coco's the best option. I'm not denying that.
Well, here's the one thing I do like. I actually think he rates better as a singer than you guys. But
dude,
Piledriver's one of the videos where they actually made a video out of it. So we've got two different kinds of videos in this thing. We've got one where they spent a little money and they went out and did production, and then you've got other ones where it was just like stock footage of things, and that's.
I had that term in my notes, stock footage, like the demolition.
Yeah,
like, just like, hey, let's Google. It's 87, so we can't. But let's Google explosions.
So here's another recurring theme. What did you think of the sexy women that were being ogled by all of the construction workers?
I want to know where the hell they came from,
dude. I want to know. Yeah, really. There's nothing around there.
It's not like a city. It's not a district. It's not like you're doing commercial work. You're actually on a site. And all of a sudden, all these ladies are just walking back and forth.
So you've got the one lady who's like wiggling her ass with her butt cheeks hanging
Hogan
out.
looks disgusted.
And then the other two women, or the other couple of women, are wearing like long dresses and like fucking long
suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, I want to hear Matt's take on that.
Fucking Billy Jack Haynes is losing his fucking mind.
You know what? Him trying to bite the apple is my favorite part of the entire video. When he's fucking fumbling the apple in his hand. Fantastic.
It's Hogan, Bigelow, Billy Jack Haynes, Billy Graham, Arnold Scullin, Jimmy Hart, and the Honky Tonk Man just drive through.
Yeah,
and well, that's the other thing too. And Don Morocco was there,
Matt.
Dude. Don Morocco was awesome.
And you're forgetting somebody else. Vince McMahon.
Oh, Vince. Yeah, fucking
Vince. Of course, I'm a big man. I gotta be with the boys.
Him
and that doesn't age well.
Fucking ladies, that's fucking really.
You didn't like him waving a bag of bagels at them too? Like what?
No bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel.
Yeah, like this shit was so random, but it was so funny,
bro. Like
dude, the fucking weird, like behind the scenes, like Hogan putting the cement all over Arnold Scullin, like, he's gonna be the foreman. We're gonna treat him like the foreman, brother.
We had the foreman on fucking give us a little something. He's like, one of these wrestlers was handling the machine that only two of my guys can handle.
Dude, this building would be built in a day.
Dude, that was. So I might be a moron, but for like a split second, I was like, all right, this guy might be the actual foreman. But like, this guy was. They brought in like straight up actor 101 dude in there.
Yeah.
For that.
And he's like the only one that was outside WWE that got like an interview or something that had to do with this.
Well, they had some other guys that were like extras walking around the construction.
Yeah,
site.
yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, like in terms of like interviewing people though, like he was the only guy that was like outside of like WWE that they interviewed.
It was terrible.
Dude, when I was a kid, man, I loved this shit. Like watching the guys like staring at the women and fucking Billy Jack Haynes and fucking what's his nuts? You know, the guy that likes your wife,
Oh,
fucking
what-
Billy
oh,
Graham, is doing this shit.
Fuck him.
You forgot about Humperdinck. He was there.
Hey, let me ask you: when he was ogling Rhiannon, did he give her one of these too, or is that?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I was sitting down talking fucking PWS with you two humps.
That's a great point.
God damn.
Yo, this was.
What was the next video up? Was it Demolition? Was Demolition?
No,
No,
it
the
was
second
the
one was the
Honky
Honky
Tonk
Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man.
You know what?
Bro.
I didn't like the Honky Tonk Man as a kid, but I fucking love this video, dude.
I hate you.
I hated that Honky Tonk Man was just pretending to pick the guitar and he was just wiggling his ass. But dude, with the women fainting and shit, come on, dude, it's so cheesy. It's good.
No, it's not good. It's not great. What's the Honky Tonk Man? What's his thing? It's like I'm not good. I'm not in. I'm bad.
I'm cool. I'm cocky. I'm
Cool. No, it was none of those things. It was so bad. And I'll tell you what really bothers me about this, and this is just me being OCD Kevin, is like he's playing an acoustic guitar and it's all electric guitar sounds.
Yeah, but the perfect thing is like he's an asshole, and that's what an asshole would do.
But it makes no an asshole would no.
Dude, here's the thing.
It doesn't physically, it just doesn't make sense.
But here's the thing. Watch any video from the 80s. No guitars are plugged in. Nobody's really playing anything. Like it all fits that fucking.
I don't think anyone fakes playing an electric guitar by playing an acoustic guitar.
But that's the thing. He's supposed to be like fake Elvis, you know? Like that was
all
like
right.
the
So
gimmick.
that makes sense.
Dude, even when he would come out and get in the ring, like when he was singing Hunka Hunka Honky Love and all the other shit.
Greg Valentine, that might as well have been a banana with Greg Valentine.
Oh my God. I can only imagine what would go through Greg Valentine's head during that period. Like, oh my God, this is what I got to do for a fucking paycheck.
I wanted to know the Honky Wood sign.
How awesome was that?
That was pretty cool.
Stupid.
Yeah, but that was like I'm in my head. I'm like, how do they do that?
That's why I was like, how much did this cost them?
Yeah.
It's 1987. What does it cost to fucking edit this and make this look like the Hollywood sign?
All right, so that part, and listen, Jimmy, can we talk about Jimmy Hart for a fucking second?
How he never
he did do the backup vocals, which you can tell on this vehicle, but he was just like he's in there with like the all right. So backup singers are usually 3 women, not 2 women and a weirdo dude with a freaking beard and long hair.
You guys forget Jimmy Hart and Mean Gene. They were both like successful recording artists before they got into wrestling.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to dive in a little bit more about Mean Gene because I know about the Gentrys, I know about Jimmy Hart. I have no idea that Mean Gene was a successful recording artist.
Matter of fact, a good friend Dave Powers has his album autographed, I believe. Mean Gene discography.
I mean, I knew he sang the national anthem at WrestleMania, the first one, right? I believe. No, that's a fact. You don't have to fact check that one. I know that for sure.
I'm not sure if this is it. I don't think he's associated with Grand Wizard.
He fronted the band Gene, Carroll, and the Shades.
That's the one. That's the
band
one.
Released. It's Is It Ever Gonna Happen on the album In This Corner in 1962.
Yep.
Today's years old. Today's years old. Literally never knew that. Now I'm gonna have to go watch that after we finish this show. Is
Definitely
there any videos?
No, from the 60s, doubt it. But you'll probably find the audio on the YouTubes.
Just asked if there was a music video.
I mean, if there's any, like, if they ever made it big, like, you can find the Gentry stuff. You can find,
dude. Yeah, and it's completely possible. Like they've got videos from like that time period. Like, you know, there were music videos before MTV. It's just that, you know, Mean Gene and his fucking his whatever you call them, they probably did not have a fucking music.
I didn't mean a music video per se, but if they ever made like a TV appearance on, like, I don't know what
like
Ed Sullivan show,
yes,
at the time, like if that was like in '62, I don't even know if Ed Sullivan, he probably, because the Beatles were on.
I wonder.
That was like 7 years later.
I wonder if the Gentrys were ever on.
You could find the Gentry stuff on YouTube, I guarantee you.
Oh, for sure. And dude, their song "Keep on Dancing" was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit. Just
Yeah,
so weird.
I don't think there's a video
of the Shade, Made in the Shade band starring Mean Gene. Carol's.
Gene Carroll. Yep.
Correct it.
Oh, is there a video for real?
No. It's just one of those dumb things where it's just a picture.
But is that Mean Gene?
I mean, it's a very blurry picture and nobody's singing. They're just all sitting around. So
It's a great song.
Great song, terrible video, demolition,
bro. Like the entire video was just them beating up Lenny Poffo and Jim Powers.
Jim Powers, the Islanders were in there for a bit. I think Rick Martel might have gotten a few shots.
Like this was like the stock footage.
And also blink and you'll miss it. Footage in there of Johnny Valentine being with them before Mr. Fuji took over. So there's a little bit of trivia there.
Matt, do you remember how different their face paint was when they first started as bad guys before they decided like
fucking like red and black?
Dude,
like the weird, it wasn't the regular red, it was like a weird shade of red.
And it was blue. Axe had like blue and like
yeah.
And then Smash had like yellow lightning bolts on his cheeks. That was not like, I would not pop for that Demolition like I would pop for 1989 Demolition.
Yeah, and Demolition was a huge team. They were huge.
Yeah, but like you said, like and that doofus, what's his name? George Stevens. He was like, what did Demolition want to do? Just show us clips of us beating people up and explosions.
Yes, explosions.
Okay.
Explosions.
Well,
Coliseum home video. Try to market that.
There's there's not much more to say about the Demolition video. Great song, terrible video. Great video, okay song, featuring somebody we're just talking about. Rick Derringer reprises Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo with one and only Mean Gene Okerlund.
Dude, this video slapped.
Yeah.
It was fucking great, wasn't it?
Oh my God, Mean Gene's a maniac. His teacher's a stripper. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
What was her name? Miss Brooks?
Beast.
It was Miss Brooks, wasn't it?
It began with a B for sure.
Oh my God, dude. And here, there must have been some weird kind of fetish thing McMahon had for women in long dresses, because we got Miss Brooks in a really long dress here with her hair all done up in a bun.
Yeah, it's a hot for teacher, but WWE.
Yeah, hot for teacher for kids.
Bro.
No, wait, that's bad.
You know what? I haven't watched this, I don't think, in a very long time, if ever. So like I was like, how far are they gonna go with this teacher in a classroom full of kids? Like, I mean, they're seniors, whatever. But it's still like today would be a freaking disaster public relations story. But I'm thinking like, how far are they gonna go with this video with the fucking kids? But like, Matt, the Bon Jovi, not the Bon Jovi, what the freak is hot for teacher? Who sings that?
Van Halen.
Van Halen. Was that like a weirdo type deal too?
No, it was. I mean, they kind of fought. They just
that's the thing, right? It was like rock and roll and heavy metal, so that like made sense, right?
Right.
To have the girls, the groupies and stuff, like wrestling. We didn't see that. Like our wrestling was like the Jumping Bomb Angels and Fabulous Moolah in 1987.
Wow, this was fucking. You had Mean Gene dressed up like the Blue Meanie with like Bret Hart shades on. Like it was like.
Did you like the part when they were going into the guitar solo and they put the video footage and fast forward?
The capture like it's like the guitar player, whoever it is that Rick Derringer too?
That's Rick Derringer, yeah.
He's playing guitar in real time, but like Mean Gene is in like motion capture and like freeze framing every second.
He's just like jiggling and wiggling.
Yeah,
and dude,
like...
Miss Brooks gets up on the desk and she's lifting that skirt and she takes the hair down and everybody's dancing and going nuts.
She throws her shoe at the kid. The kid
yeah,
like eats
dude.
it.
Fuck yeah. And then the principal comes back in and sees Miss Brooks up on the table dancing like a fucking stripper.
Yo, for a quick second, you know who I thought that principal was?
Who?
Ernie Ladd. For like
Ernie?
a quick, real sec, like
wait. Ernie, Ernie Ladd's black, right?
But this guy didn't have like he wasn't me. He wasn't like as pale can be. I mean, he looked like somebody. Maybe it's not Ernie Ladd, but for a quick second, like I really thought, like I was like, oh, look at this bald guy. I'm like, because you know what it was? Because Arnold Scullin was in the other video, right? So I'm thinking like this principal's got to be a legend, and I'm trying to think, who does this legend remind me of?
I got a Lenny Poffo shot here.
What's going on here? What's Matt doing?
Matt's embarrassed.
All right. So wait, I'm not.
Matt, what cost $108.72?
Yeah. What are you buying over there?
Don't worry about it.
Listen, it was a wrong. It was clearly a wrong assessment, but it's what I thought, and I felt like we're all open here. We're friends here. I thought maybe we
No,
could...
it was just funny that you thought it was.
I was trying to think of who he reminded me of.
Miss Brooks, you're stealing money. You ain't teaching these kids.
He just reminded me of Ernie Ladd. It was the gray beard. It was. I don't know.
Holy shit! All right, well,
that's all. I'm not trying to make things awkward. I wasn't trying to do anything weird.
Hulk Hogan was apparently auditioning for Metallica in this video because he was in the background playing bass as usual. Nice to see the champ getting in some sweet time. All right, great video. A song that probably could have been an 80s hit. Robbie Dupree, Girls and Cars.
Girls and Cars is the best song on this album.
Fucking love the song and the video to go along with it. All these pretty girls in their cars and Tito and fucking Rick are waving to him and shit. Bro, this was 80s all over, dude. My wife was in the other room and she's like, what is that song? That's a catchy song. I know, right? Girls. We love girls in cars.
I'm disappointed in both of you.
Wow, Kevin hates fucking good music. I don't
really
understand.
No, the song is great, but tell me on what freaking planet this is a pro wrestling theme song for the Strike Force. It doesn't mention anything about them at all. Like it's
dude, they like girls in cars.
It's like it's so pedestrian. It's like so like it's like, hey, girls, cars, we like them both. But as a wrestling theme song, like, bro.
I mean, what does Crank It Up mean? And that was a great theme song.
Which one was Crank It Up?
But it's 1987, and you're watching it at home, and you're like, I want that theme song. You got to
Crank It Up.
Fucking Piledriver.
Crank It Up was the Jimmy Hart song that the Young Stallions used.
The Young Stallions. Okay, that's right.
Yes.
But like, no, I get the whole the idea of girls and cars. It fits. Jim Johnson had the interview before. It's like every time I pitched them an idea, they came back with girls and cars.
A very young Jim Johnson here. This is amazing.
First ballot Hall of Famer, baby. He's got to go in. I hope with Triple H back, he will go in the Hall of Fame. If he's not in already.
His contributions are so like under the radar. Like people really like. You got to have an appreciation for everything he did.
But like what do the Young Stallions like want to get over? Like
cranking it up, baby, crank it up.
Not the Young Stallions. I'm sorry. What did Strike Force?
They like girls and they like cars.
It's a catchy song and it's a good wrestling music, but it had nothing to do with the Strike Force because I don't remember any promos where they talked about, hey, ladies.
I can't picture a grown ass man, Tito Santana, saying, "You know what we need? We need girls and cars, man." And then fucking Rick Martel with his French Canadian accent going, "Yeah, we need the girls and we need lots of cars."
Yes, we need the girls and the cars and everything that goes with it. Because I am Rick the model. I am not the model yet, but I am Rick Martel.
Dude, I really thought you were doing Thunderfrog for a second.
Dude, Thunderfrog is John Malkovich and Borat combined and Rick Martel. Bro, tell me he's not.
I like the girls and cars, man.
Money.
I like girls and
cars is a catchy tune, man.
Well, this is where we get Matt's favorite racist part of the show. We get the Slickster with Jive Soul Bro. And you know what?
Not expecting to see his tonsils.
The whole KFC thing aside, this video was awesome. I love this video.
I agree.
When he fucking shows up at the woman's house, when he's walking to the house and she opens the door and she's like towering over him and shit. Good stuff.
About the KFC part, I will say the greatest part about that KFC part was like, let me get a drum roll, and he picks up 2 drumsticks.
Yes.
Does the drum roll.
Oh, when he said, "Hey, man, why you bother me when I'm trying to eat my yard bird?"
I don't think it ages as poorly as, and listen, I'm the first on the line for that, but I don't think it ages as poorly as Matt's making it out to be.
Dude, Tony said they last week when we were talking about Columbus Day and indigenous people, and you fucking threw your headphones off.
Right. But this is
because Tony's racist. That's why
we're talking 1987. It's a stereotype, no doubt. But
Dude,
I
I
don't
watched a Ring of Honor show today where AJ Styles called Jay Briscoe a faggot
that's not cool.
from 2003, and that would not stand second 19 years
No,
ago.
I'm not saying it would stand today, but I don't think it ages as terrible as that.
It's awkward.
But yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't know. F word 2003. It was kind of still acceptable then, no?
Yeah, still thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't mean to
Let's
take it
get
to a
back to
weird
whatever
place.
we're doing over here.
But it was dude, and this video just reminds me of the Twin Towers, Boss Man and Akeem. That's what
it's a catchy. It's one of the great wrestling songs.
I know he used it before then, but that's what triggered the memory to me.
And on top of that, dude, when he's walking down the street and the little girl comes at him with the fucking big wheel and he jumps over her, and then he's dancing with the fat dude and they're fucking like jiving together. This was good shit, man. I love this video.
And Matt, let me tell you, when I first heard this song years and years ago, I thought Jive Soul Bro was a good thing. I thought it was a compliment. All right, you're Jive, you're a soul bro, but apparently it's a shyster.
Yeah, no, if you listen to the words, man,
no, that's
the whole thing.
Exactly. I was enlightened today.
We've talked about this before, but for those of you listening and you don't know the story, this song and Grab Them Cakes, these were two songs that were released as an A-side and B-side by an artist called Captain Chameleon. Okay. And the producer on that record was David Wolf. So you've got that connection there. And quite wisely, they repurposed these songs for not only Slick, but also for JYD.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite songs on the first two albums.
And David Wolf was all over his name. I watched the credits too. So I saw every single name on there, and
dude,
one that
catchy as shit, Jive Soul Bro and Grab Them Cakes. Oh man. Dude. And dude, he got Vicky Sue Robinson to sing. That's the female voice on Grab Them Cakes. How crazy is that?
Tony, did you see the name that at the end of the credits that really hit me? Not hit me, but really made me not realize who that person even ever worked for WWE.
No, who did I miss?
Craig Leathers.
Oh shit, yeah, Craig Leathers. Yeah.
I just associate him with WCW and Bischoff.
Yeah, no, Craig Leathers, he was in the business a long time.
But when I saw that name, I that was
yep.
Mind blown. Because I was watching the credits a bunch to try to figure out who the heck that freaking douche host was. And
yeah, I did a lot of research. I couldn't find anything either.
Yeah, I googled George Stevens. I found out it was George Stevens, but then I tried to make to confirm if it was actually him. But you definitely did. But Craig Leathers, man, Tony Schiavone mentions him all the time. Bischoff mentions him all the time. So that my mind was blown for that for sure.
Well, your mind should be blown for this next one. It's Vince McMahon singing "Stand Back," and it's supposed to be a tribute to Andre the Giant because he's so big, he makes you want to stand back.
Dude, this was weird.
This was the first time I heard that this was originally supposed to be about Andre.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, it's like Vince McMahon's conquest of the wrestling business, which is kind of like the meaning of it. But he couldn't come out and say, this is my song. So he made it about Andre. And here's the other weird thing. Andre's in full heel mode at this point. We get footage from WrestleMania 3 and stuff like that. But we also get him beating up guys like Piper and Orton and stuff like that. Yeah.
Tony, in my notes too, why are you showing the babyface Andre footage?
And then it's weird footage like him coming out of the Russian tea room in Manhattan, and he would just point and go stand back at the camera.
So if this was an Andreism that I didn't know about, then I'm down. I just had no idea Andre would ever say stand back.
See, I wonder if they would have played that into his gimmick. He would end a promo with you see me coming, you better stand back. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, but I think part of the presentation of Andre, and Matt, tell me if you agree, is that he didn't need to tell anybody to stand back.
Oh, he didn't need some goofy catchphrase.
Yeah.
Stand back.
But it could have been better because his promos were, oh, no, I will be here forever. The last man standing. Royal
or when McMahon's singing the breakdown, when you're going to see a lot of men drop and it's Andre falling on Hogan. Look, that's one thing they did right with this. They kind of spliced things in where they would fit with the music, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. But for the most part, this was also a stock footage kind of
Yes,
like, you know.
this had the demolition vibe. So they
Yep.
split it up. They split it up like a freaking wrestling card. Like
100. Yeah.
yeah, that's what they did.
Vince McMahon is a singer.
Yeah.
Better or worse than Coco?
That's Tony. I wanted to bite my tongue on that. Coco's better than Vince though.
All right. Well, there you go. At least we
I
got
don't know.
some
Like
parameters.
Coco sing because they make. He's like some. You know, it could be like an argument. Like I'm like, it just sounds like you're shoehorning this in, Coco.
Argument. He doesn't say argument. He says argument. It sounds so... Dude, now I'm fucking hyped up. Now I want to watch this again.
What you just did right there was how it was Coco.
What? Like an argument.
Like you sound like you were gargling while you were singing.
Sometimes love. Sounds like overweight Larry.
And also, can we talk about how freaking Coco Beware's finishing move was not a pile driver. They showed the brain buster while he was singing about a pile driver.
Who took the brain buster?
Oh God, Tony, I don't know.
Who took the brain buster?
I'll say, if I remember, it was Blue Trunks. Was it,
dude?
Was
I
it
just
Morocco?
gave you the clue.
He wasn't looking. He wasn't paying attention.
No, I did not. Yeah, I was thinking. Oh, it was Horowitz. Oh, Horowitz. Which how did he shoehorn his way into that music video at the end too? By the way,
that's why I brought that up, because the last video is If You Only Knew, which is the compilation of all the wrestlers getting involved, and one of the heels. Dude, who surprised you more, Barry Horowitz or Killer Khan?
Well, Killer Khan looked like a weirdo.
Killer Khan's in this fucking video.
He's like, well, at least he was in like the promo package, I believe. He was dropping like the knee on somebody. I think.
Yes, he was. Yes,
if I remember correctly. But Barry Horowitz by far was the biggest surprise.
So you see, like, this is a video that was produced where there's actually like they show the wrestlers singing like their different parts, but yeah, like they also have like all these things spliced in. And once again, it's pretty genius because a lot of the stuff that they spliced in fit with like shit that was going on in the song.
Yeah, but Barry Horowitz, like Matt, like Barry Horowitz wasn't like even in '87. Barry Horowitz was like, I don't know, like nothing. He was more prevalent later on than he was in '87.
Okay, you know who else was in this video? Outback Jack.
Yeah, that's all right.
Was he ever?
He was there too,
dude. And Kempatera, like no one looked like they knew the words to this song.
Yeah, it was really weirdly edited. Like at one point when somebody was saying 2 feet, I forget who it was, they held up like 2 fingers. I think it was Tito. I think it was Tito that did that.
I think he held up 3. I think Tito held up 3 fingers.
This is cool though. Like you get to hear everybody kind of sing a little bit. Like Macho and Liz were singing.
No one sings. Tony.
Bobby Heenan had a few bars in there. Jimmy Hart was singing. Coco was singing.
Let me ask you this, Tony, and let me ask you this, Matt. When the chorus of your song is, if you only knew what I was gonna do to you, you would run as fast as your 2 feet could carry you. Would you ever be intimidated by Jimmy Hart saying that?
No.
Yeah, but Jimmy can sing though.
Yeah, but so I would start it off with Coco doing the chorus. She's like, I'm watching. I'm like, I might like. If there's anyone less threatening in the world than me, it's Jimmy Hart.
I don't know, man. Jimmy Hart got into some shit. Like he wrestled Lawler. Like he's
all right. So he's scrappy. I'll give you that
for sure.
But it was like, oh my god, like I'm supposed to be like taking Jimmy Hart serious. I guess I'm thinking of it like a promo and not like an actual music video. So I guess it's kind of silly.
So the breakdown of the song is Hulk Hogan and Ted DiBiase jaw-jacking at each other. Hey, dude, you don't have enough money to buy me out. Yeah, everybody's got a price.
I can't wait to bust you up real good.
But awkward pause before he says that. And then we get see Virgil. And Virgil just stands in front of them with his arms crossed. What an epic entrance for Virgil.
And it's so funny knowing how non-productive Virgil was. Like
he's the fucking meat sauce, bro.
But like, all right, I see Virgil. All right, cool. I remember everyone beating Virgil up.
Dude, I love this video. I like when I was a kid, just hearing all the wrestlers singing, I fucking loved it. It was like Land of 1,000 Dancers, but like with wrestling's own spin on it. It wasn't just a bunch of idiots yelling, you know?
I think they do that for the Slammies, don't they? Don't they do Land of 1,000?
No, they did. They did. If you only knew at the end of the Slammies. Oh, we'll get to that one. I think that's going to be our next Wizards Rewind. We'll stick in this fucking.
Yeah, because I
category.
remember watching that commercials on MTV like back in in the 80s.
Yeah, no, they did. If you only knew, like on stage.
No, it wasn't. It was no.
Trust me.
The commercial I'm thinking of, Tony. Trust me.
Well, Slammy Awards, they definitely did. If you only knew, definitely 100%.
But the commercial,
the commercial probably
was
had
not,
Land of 1,000 because they did a video for Land of 1,000 Dancers. They had a video for that. That's another one you got to see if you can.
And they're on stage, and someone slams the drum on. I think Roddy Piper slams a drum on Bobby Heenan's head.
And you get Paul Orndorff in the background to the rhythm, just kissing his biceps like this. It's fucking glorious too.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Piledriver, favorite video, worst video. What do you think?
Favorite video.
Tough. That's really tough.
Just for the song, I'd go Girls and Cars.
Okay. And worst video.
Oh God. Demolition.
Yeah. Kev?
I'll go best. I will say for the song, and even though I shit on it, I will go with Matt and say Girls and Cars. Worst video, I will say Honky Tonk Man's.
Wow. See, best video, I'm going Jive Soul Bro. Worst.
Great call. You know what, Jive Soul Bro.
Gotta go Demolition for worst. Gotta go. I mean, and I love the song, but the video is the shits.
Yeah. But it was a let you up match.
Video grade overall, I'm saying it. This is A+ for me. I fucking love cheesy shit like this. This was right up my alley. And this just brought me back to being a kid. I fucking love this then. And watching it like 40 years later, I love this shit now. 40, give or take. Grades?
I give it an A. I thought the videos are fun. The music is slamming.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was different.
It was definitely an A+ pick by you, and I think it's an A. Other than maybe like the George Stevens stuff was pretty hacky, but what can you do?
Host it.
Yeah, but like he was just like, remember he said like the Honky Tonk Man was on the phone. I'm not here. Then he puts his hand on the receiver.
Yeah, and he goes, I'm not here.
I'm not here. So I mean that popped me, but other than that, I agree, Tony. And it was a great outside the box choice. So I loved it.
I love doing stuff like this. Outside the box is always fun. Always fun.
I agree.
Beautiful.
I concur.
All right.
Anything else, Matt? We need to talk about Impact. Oh, if you watch anything on Impact, no, this is it. I'll be done real quick. The opening promo on Impact Wrestling, the opening segment, watch it. It's Bully Ray, it's Josh Alexander, it's Moose, it's Macklin. Great stuff. So
I honestly started watching it, but I didn't get through the whole thing. I saw the Bully Ray, Josh Alexander stuff.
It's long. Bully Ray,
it was good. What I saw was good. I'll have to go back and watch the rest of it.
Yeah, and we gave Bully Ray a lot of we didn't give him shit, but we went back and forth on how we thought about Bully Ray being back. But I'm telling you right now, he cut a tremendous promo. So did Josh Alexander. So did Macklin. So did Moose. So did who was the last guy that came in after Moose?
Mike Bailey.
Sammy Callahan.
No, it wasn't Sammy Callahan. It was
Max the Impaler.
No, it was not.
Brutus Beefcake.
Falaba.
No, it wasn't. Oh God, shut up. Hold on.
KM. Motor City Machine Guns. Abyss.
No.
Gail Kim.
Maybe it was just Moose.
Scott D'Amore.
Awesome Kong.
No.
Sammy Callahan.
No, it wasn't Sammy Callahan. Maybe it was just Moose.
Suicide.
Moose.
Frankie.
Oh,
Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish. Yeah.
That was just a guess. I didn't mean.
No, it was Bobby Fish because that set up the match between him and Josh Alexander later on.
Bobby Fish.
Oh, all right. Bobby Fish, I'm not sold on, by the way, as a single. Anyway,
it is what it is. Well, we'd like to thank Super Thunderfrog for joining us tonight, and we'd like to thank you for tuning in, listening, downloading. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get the podcast, and tell your friends. We have a big show lined up next week. MLW superstar Alex Kane joins us on the eve I don't know. It's the week of the MLW Fightland show in Philadelphia, so we're going to talk to Alex Kane. And I'm going to ask him some questions about how he feels about, I don't know, being the champ, and then losing it, and then the title change never being seen. And I got a lot of questions for Alex Kane.
Speaking of questions, next week, Shining Wizards match, Shining Wizards Kevin. Can you beat that? For the right to face Christian Rocco, the 11th anniversary show. That happens in 7 days.
I was going to ask you, T-Donk, how's the champ feel about that? Is the champ going to join us next week to witness this?
I'm sure he'd be happy to join in.
All right. Interesting.
Good call.
We'll have to wait and see, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week with another episode of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. And still then, enjoy your wrestling, be kind, and I don't know.
Suck butt.
Yeah, suck butt.
That's our name of the episode, Suck Butt. What was I going to say? Hey, you know what's great? Next week, we don't get a video from the fucking, from the liaison to the committee because everything is all squared away. So huzzah for that.
Is it squared away?
I'm square. I feel better. I felt like shit coming into the show, but I feel good now.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Thunderfrog turned around for you.
Yeah, a little bit with his big fucking hammer.
Great guy. He dropped the hammer right in your butthole.
What a fucking... Why was he wearing a dress, dude?
Don't ask me, bro.
Baby.
Oh, yeah! Thunderfrog, baby.
I was going to ask him about that, but, I felt like I ruffled his feathers with a couple of my questions.
I asked him about I mentioned the dress, and he got offended by it. So
Frogs don't have feathers, you dummy. Goodbye, everyone.
Purse.
Anybody press the button?
Press the goddamn button.
Press the button.
Got it.